Y'all knew I was about to go live. Let me wait. Y'all fave is a fucking liar. Liar. Bitch! Bailey! Tyrod! What's up? Oh, y'all knew I was gonna go live. Oh, hi, Savannah. I haven't seen you in a while. Hi. Y'all knew I was gonna go live. To talk about this shit. You see this bitch fucking Cardi lying and getting caught in a motherfucking lie and having to get motherfucking exposed by a Caucasian? I was like, this bitch about to make me stand a white Caucasian. Now we have personal beef, bitch. Because I never want to be on the side of someone that came from the motherfucking mountains of Caucasus. But you had to have a motherfucking white man pull your card, bitch. So now you gotta put me on the side of a Caucasian? Bitch. She tried to say some damn, that the diesel motherfucking deal wasn't for her. Wasn't for Nicki, that it was for Cardi. Bitch, you a lot. Yo, I think Cardi's motherfucking delusional for real. I think she's fucking delusional. I don't know if it's just like that the social media and the internet and the bitch stands have her head gassed up to the point where she is like living in a motherfucking alternate reality. But a bitch that's been in the game motherfucking 10 years that has been signed to motherfucking Wilhelmina models, because y'all know that I know my motherfucking fashion, and y'all also know that I like rap, okay? It's a whole lot of motherfucking rap casuals that are not even fans of the genre. They are fans of Cardi. They like Cardi's personality, so they gas the bitch head up, but they don't know nothing about nothing. They don't know nothing about rap. They don't know nothing about fashion, okay? Nicki has had a motherfucking Wilhelmina deal since the beginning of 2017, okay? Wilhelmina Models handled the whole entire fucking Diesel fucking campaign, and they handled the casting of the models. So how would the fucking deal be made around motherfucking Cardi? Does the shit make sense? Make the motherfucking shit make sense. No, Cardi has admitted that she sits in group chats with her fucking fans all day long. Who's watching the bitch baby? I don't know, because she loves to motherfucking bring up the fact that she has a baby and Nicki Minaj doesn't have a baby. Like, as if that shit somehow makes her better than Nicki, because people love bringing that shit up. Bitch, where is your baby? Because you sit on the internet all day, bitch. Who's watching your baby, Bel Callis? You always motherfucking trotting the baby out, trying to get some motherfucking sympathy. Who's watching the baby while you're on Instagram day and night, bitch? Who's watching the baby while you're sitting in motherfucking group chats with your fans, having them gas your head up about how the motherfucking Diesel deal was supposed to be for you, and how this motherfucking deal was supposed to be for you, and how this motherfucking song was supposed to be for you, and how Nicki ain't shit, and this, that, and the third? Who's watching your baby, bitch? Who's watching your baby, Bel Callis? Who? Who's watching your baby? Is one of Offset's other baby mothers watching your kid? Like, I don't understand. You motherfucking took off from the racially ambiguous tour with Bruno Mars because you, quote unquote, supposedly wanted to stay home and watch your baby, and yet it appears to me that all you do is watch motherfucking Instagram all day, bitch. Like, get off the fucking internet, bitch. And how about you get the fuck off Nicki's nuts? Nicki has 10 years in the motherfucking game. 10 years in the game, okay? 4 platinum albums, bitch. 4 platinum albums. How about you musty, crusty, motherfucking dusty Bel Callis fans wait until your fucking fave has 3 more platinum albums before you even fucking think that you could say anything about Onika, Tanya, Mirage. Want to talk about some Bel Callis is as good as Nicki and better than Nicki. Number 1, the bitch number 1 hit song is one that she stole from a fucking black man. How about we motherfucking start there? Number 2, the bitch don't motherfucking write. She doesn't have a pen. Okay? Right? Y'all want to talk about some motherfucking rap beef, this, that, and the third? The bitch don't write, so there is no rap beef. Okay? Nicki has a pen. Bel Callis does not have a pen. The end. Ain't no beef. Ain't no nothing. Ain't no nothing. And a lot of this reminds me of the fucking Meek Mill and motherfucking Drake beef. And y'all know how I felt about that shit Two, everybody was ha 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 and kikiing and chit-chatting it up, talking about some motherfucking Drake won. And I said the same thing. I was like, Drake does not write. Meek Mill pulled Drake's card, proved that he doesn't write, proved that he has fucking ghostwriters. But since Drake is this darling of the industry, darling of motherfucking corporate media, darling of corporate rap, everybody gonna say that he's winning and that Meek is losing. Meek is the visibly black person. He's the gutter person. He's the angry person. He's the this, that, and the third. What are these exact same motherfucking anti-black as hell, racist as fuck, sexist as fuck, ageist as fuck arguments that we see being used in this motherfucking Cardi B and Nicki beef? Exactly the same. You have outsiders, you have rap casuals, you have motherfucking racists that do not like visibly black people, like Nicki Minaj and like Meek Mill, that's in genre, jumping up in our motherfucking culture, throwing in their fucking 2 cents, trying to say this, that, and the third. And I'm tired of it. And fuck Cardi. I really hope that bitch gets hit by a truck. Honestly, from the deepest parts of my heart and soul, I hope that bitch gets hit by a school bus like motherfucking Regina George in Mean Girls. I hope she gets smacked, right? Now, if you've seen Mean Girls, you'll know Regina George did not die. So I'm not saying that I want Cardi to die for y'all run with that motherfucking narrative, but she has to go. And she's fucking miserable, bitch. Like, you always talking about how you motherfucking on top and you got a hit record and you married and you got a baby and da-da-da-da-da. But all you do is sit on the internet all day talking about Nicki. And bitch, the bitch can't even keep her motherfucking lies straight. One day, the lie is, Nicki stopped my bag. The next day, the lie is, I was supposed to get Nicki's bag first. And now, the bag went to Nicki. So which is it, bitch? Which is it? Is Nicki stopping your bags? Is she not stopping your bags? Are you getting the bags first? What are you doing, right? Sympathy and motherfucking payola is what built Cardi's entire career. And again, Cardi does not write. Cardi does not have a pen. Cardi is not a rapper, okay? Cardi has people that are fans of her motherfucking personality, that she's funny, that she's charismatic. All that shit is true. Everybody likes that shit about Cardi. And the thing that was fun about Cardi in the beginning, which I've said in other videos and I will say again now, is that Cardi never seemed like she was taking anything too seriously. Cardi seemed like she was just trying to have fun and like she was just trying to have a good time, right? And everybody loved that about her. She was fun. She was refreshing. She was a breath of fresh air. She was just trying to, you know, whatever. She was the girl that was just happy to be here, right? And everybody loves that. Everybody loves that in a person. But now it's like, again, she sits in group chats with her fans all day. She reads every single comment, as we all know, because she'd be in her Instagram comments responding to people. Random strangers on the internet told Cardi that she was broke and she didn't buy her fucking car. And so what did she do? The bitch posted her fucking Wells Fargo bank statements. Who does that? Why do you feel like you need to prove things to strangers on the internet? Bitch, you're insecure and you're too emotionally invested in the internet and what people say about you. We can also motherfucking start there. Like, you're taking everything so serious when the fun thing used to be about you, that you didn't take anything serious at all. Like, how are you this miserable? Why are you this miserable? Why are you always on the internet when you have a brand new baby that you do not hesitate to trot out about how you're better than Nicki Minaj? I'm trying to motherfucking read some shit the other day, and randomly out of nowhere, I see some fucking shit pop up talking about, oh, why did Cardi throw the shoe? And there was a quote where she was like, well, you know, Nicki fucking liked the Instagram comment talking about my parenting skills. And I found that offensive. As somebody that doesn't have a baby, you know, she needs to shut up. Number one, bitch, we throwing shoes over like Instagram comments. Why are you internet, bitch? It's the internet. It's the internet, bitch. It's the internet. It's a liked Instagram comment, bitch. You gotta throw shoes in real life over a liked Instagram comment. And yes, Bailey, there has yet to be proof of that tweet. There has yet to be proof of some liked Instagram comments. There has not been any proof. So you throwing shoes in real life over maybe real, maybe fake, liked Instagram, Twitter comments? What? Why are you so miserable? Miserable. And on the internet all day and night. And people are gonna fucking take her side because she is racially ambiguous as fuck. She's not visibly black. There's no proof that the bitch even is black. She doesn't write. She doesn't have a pen. Y'all are rat casuals. You're not even fans of the fucking genre. You like the bitch as a person. And she's not a black bitch. So it's easy for y'all to fucking like her. And it's easy for you to stand for her, even though she is a wretch. She is a vilely despicable human. And I really think she's a bad fucking person. And I'm really sick and tired also of people trying to rewrite motherfucking history and act like Nicki Minaj doesn't have 4 platinum albums and 10 years in the game and multiple mixtapes. Cardi B wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for somebody like Nicki Minaj that came first. Right? Just like Nicki would not have a career if it wasn't for the Little Kims and the fucking Foxy Browns that came first. Right? And Carmen ain't no motherfucking receipts. Cardi posted some fake bullshit and deleted it after 5 minutes. She got her. You trying to say that Cardi know better than the motherfucking CEO of Wilhelmina Models that handled the Diesel campaign? You on crack, bitch? You on crack? No, you're a blind fucking stan of the stupid bitch. I'm tired of this Bronx hood booger. Mama Guevo, she's a fucking cocksucker. I'm tired of Belcalis. I really want the bitch to go away now. And I'm tired of black people standing the bitch when she doesn't even motherfucking claim black. She's not visibly black. Her parents don't look black. Right? It's nothing but a bunch of racially ambiguous and non-black persons of color that stand the bitch and use all type of racist fucking insults against Nicki Minaj. She deleted that shit real swiftly because she not trying to get that motherfucking Caucasian lawsuit from the CEO of Wilhelmina Models. She not trying to catch that Caucasian lawsuit. Cardi B could put a handwritten note up on her Instagram that says, I had the Diesel deal first. And her stance would be like, you see? There's the proof. There's the facts. She put the facts up. Like, I see no issue. Like, she put some bullshit up for 5 minutes and deleted it. Because she don't want that Caucasian lawsuit. Belcalis don't want that Wilhelmina lawsuit. You really think, you really genuinely believe in your heart of hearts that the CEO of Wilhelmina Models will put a post on Instagram talking about that whole campaign was built around Nicki. What are you talking about? And not know what he's talking about? You really think that he will put his whole brand? He's the CEO of Wilhelmina Models. Let's really go through this. You really think he will put his whole brand, Wilhelmina? Please Google it if you don't know what it is. On the line to motherfucking lie on Belcalis Almanzar? You really think that makes sense to you? Or does it make sense that fucking Belcalis is a fucking liar? And you will believe anything that she says because the bitch not black. Because she's a racially ambiguous motherfucking gutter snipe. And because y'all hate Nicki Minaj. And it's very easy to hate a visibly black bitch that's been on top for a long ass fucking time. It's very easy to hate that bitch. It's real easy to hate a visibly black bitch that won't motherfucking bow down for some racially ambiguous gutter snipe. It's real easy. And just as I said before, all this shit that fucking Cardi is pulling, tweeting and deleting, posting and deleting, throwing shoes, acting up, acting a fool. Nobody else will be able to do that. Just like I said in my other fucking video. If Cash Doll did this shit, she would not have a fucking career. If Asian Doll did this shit, she would not have a fucking career. If Megan Thee Stallion did this shit, she would not have a motherfucking career. If Cuban Doll did any of this shit, she would not have a motherfucking career. These girls barely have careers now. They trying to get on now. If they did any of these antics, nobody would be on their side. They would be all type of ghetto black motherfucking hood boogers, right? All type of black bitch that need to fucking learn some class. But since Cardi is not a visibly black girl, since she is a Latinx girl, right? Since she is a cute Latinx girl from the Bronx, people are able to get their stereotypical ratchet black woman roll neck snapping from a fucking nice racially ambiguous package that does not scream black, that they do not have to fucking deal with. Same thing with fucking Drake. In the Drake and Meek Mill beef, it was all type of coded racist ass language that was used in that beef about how Drake was better than Meek Mill. And it's exactly the same thing going on with motherfucking Bel Callis and Nicki Minaj. And I think it's disgusting. I think it's fucking disgusting. I think it's horrible. And you really have people that's trying to rewrite the motherfucking history books. Like, Cardi has 1 platinum album. Now, nobody could take her platinum album away from her. Nicki Minaj has 4 platinum albums. And I saw somebody just put in the chat, Super Bass just went diamond, okay? Right? And over 10 years in the game. People, this bitch tried to say something that Nicki need her to get a motherfucking fashion deal. Why would Nicki need you to get a fashion deal? Why would Nicki need anybody to get a fashion deal, to get a cover, to get a spread, to work with artists? Nicki has been in the industry for all these years and she has all this acclaim. Like, people are rap casuals. They don't know nothing about rap. They don't know nothing about the history of these artists. They don't know who has a pen, who doesn't have a pen. They know who they like. They like Cardi. They like her personality, so they're gonna stand the bitch. They don't care about nothing else. They don't care about nothing else. And I find that to be motherfucking disgusting. I think it's whack. I don't think it's fucking cool at all. And yet again, I really don't like the fucking racist, like the anti-black undertones and undercurrent of this whole entire thing. Like, Cardi had to get motherfucking checked by the CEO of Wilhelmina, right? Can we even imagine if a visibly black person has to get checked by the CEO of Wilhelmina? They would not have a career. They would not have people still motherfucking defending them in comment sections. No, they wouldn't. And Cardi doesn't have a pen. She doesn't have a pen. So what are you defending? What are you defending? What are you defending? Her personality? Just like Cat Williams said about Tiffany Haddish. There's a lot of bitches with a nice personality. So I saw somebody bring up Azealia Banks. Somebody was like, Azealia Banks is a perfect example of a black woman that has so much talent, acts out. Because I'm not going to say that Azealia Banks doesn't act out. Now, was Broke with Expensive Taste my motherfucking jam? Yes. Lotto is Delilah. That's my shit. But Azealia Banks acts out. And how do people treat Azealia Banks when she acts out? She's not given all these chances. Chance after chance after chance after chance. She does not have anybody going to bat for her talking about, well, maybe she's going through something. Maybe she's going through this. Maybe she's going through that. Da 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 da. No, people were real quick to call Azealia Banks all type of black bitch, fuck you black bitch, and be done with her and cut her the fuck off. Y'all are standing for Bel Callis because she's racially ambiguous. She is not a visibly black girl. She has a personality that y'all like that is wrapped up in a non-visibly black package that makes it easier for you to digest. There is all types of motherfucking misogynoir and racism and ageism also wrapped up in this whole beef. Y'all just don't like Nicki because she's a black bitch that's on top. Self-hate, I agree. It's a lot of self-hate. Azealia is problematic as hell, but they drag her mercilessly for it. Exactly. I know I haven't been reading y'all comments, but I'm so tired. I'm really ready for Bel Callis to just get hit by the school bus for Mean Girls and just, go to prom in the little head shit and the next shit, and I don't have to look at her for a while. Like, really, wasn't the whole point of you not going on the racially ambiguous tour where Bruno Mars is supposed to be so you could take some time away and be with your baby? Why are you on Instagram every single day talking about Nicki? Why? I don't understand. Why? Now, I follow Nicki. I see posts about her music. I see posts about her fashion. She's barely even on Instagram stories anymore. But every single day, Cardi's talking about Nicki this, Nicki that, Nicki this, Nicki that. But then want to talk about Nicki's using me for to get bags. What are you talking about, bitch? You the one that talks about Nicki every day. You're the one that talks about Nicki every single day. Your fans talk about her every single day. And yet again, the amount of times that people are calling Nicki black bitch, this and that, and nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the backbone of Cardi even being famous is some anti-black racism shit. Nobody. Cardi posted receipts, leaking people's emails and sharing phone numbers in her own bio. Now, Yet again, imagine if Cash Doll put somebody's emails and phone numbers on the internet. She would be all motherfucking type of oh, she's doxing people. Oh, that's not cool. This, that, and the third. But I bet you since it's Belle Callis, it's going to be all motherfucking sweet and fine and motherfucking dandy. Wasn't there a rumor that female rappers will get lucrative contracts and industry push if they start beef with Nicki? It was more than a rumor. Lady Lesher confirmed it, and so did Cupcake. They both confirmed it. Lady Lesher has confirmed it numerous times. She confirmed it in a Guardian interview, and she confirmed it in a recorded fucking, like a in-person interview. And Cupcake also confirmed it as well. They both said Atlantic offers deals with $250,000 signing bonuses to start beef with Nicki Minaj. And Lady Lesher even said that when she turned it down, they offered her more money. And she said the number kept going higher and higher and higher. And she thought about taking it. But then she was like, well, I have a lot of respect for Nicki. I have a lot of respect for what she's done in terms of paving the way for other girls. So I don't think that that's cool. I don't think that that's appropriate. I don't want to do that, right? Now, that has been confirmed. That's confirmed. Confirmed receipts that Atlantic is trying to stop people's bags. And you can Google that. In my other videos that I've done on this whole situation, I have links in the description box that you guys can even fucking look if you don't even want to Google it yourselves if you're too lazy. But you can fucking Google it. Like, there is confirmation that Atlantic, which is Bruno Mars's label as well as Cardi B, is offering fucking deals to stop bags, but nobody talks about that. Even the comment that was just left about it said, wasn't it a rumor? It's not even a rumor. It's not a rumor. It's been confirmed. Numerous girls have gone on record and confirmed this, but nobody talks about it. Oh, it's fine. So it's fine to stop the bag of the black girl. It's fine to shit on the visibly black girl that writes for herself, that has been in the game for well over 10 years. That's totally fine, right? Receipts. Please look it up if you do not believe me. Please look it up. It's totally fine. But then when the poor, racially ambiguous, light-skinned Latinx girl says that the mean, visibly black bitch is stopping her bag, now we all have to go rush to defend poor Belle Callis. Sympathy and payola. Okay? Who told Cardi that Nicki, quote unquote, allegedly, because now that's something that nobody has been able to provide a receipt on. Who told Cardi that Nicki allegedly liked the Instagram comment or the Twitter? Her fans. Because Cardi sits in group chats with her fans all day and they gas her head up and they tell her shit all day worked up, which she said herself, that she gets worked up off shit on the internet. And she gets worked up, and now she's believing her own motherfucking big head ass motherfucking hype. Cardi resorts to fighting because she can't rap. Cardi is nothing but a big personality. Other people write for her. We all know this. And then people be like, well, other people write for Beyonce. Beyonce's a singer. How did Beyonce even get involved? Well, other people write for Rihanna. Rihanna is a singer. We talk about people that are supposed to be rappers, people that are supposed to have pens. It's fine to not have a pen. Same thing again with Drake and Meek Mill. Well, Drake doesn't have to write. He has #1 hits. Say about Cardi. Well, Cardi doesn't have to write. She has #1 hits on Billboard. Exact same type of excuses and arguments that all revolve around, yet again, race. Who is visibly black versus who is not visibly black. Right? Who can get away with what based on visible fucking blackness? Who is the darling of the corporate rap game, which is rap casuals and people that don't know nothing about nothing when it comes to the industry? Who is the darling of the corporate rap game with all the endorsements and all of the fucking brands and the corporations on their side at this moment in time? Versus who is not, right? It's not just like, oh, just motherfucking beef blah, blah, blah. Because yet again, if we just talking about rap beef, there is no rap beef because Cardi doesn't write, Nicki does write, the end. There isn't a fucking beef between a fucking puppet and somebody that has their own pen. And I said the same thing during the Drake and Meek Mill beef. I said, all of y'all are fucking tripping, talking about that Drake won. No, I was like, Drake takes the L. Because he doesn't write. He got exposed for having ghostwriters. He got exposed for having reference tracks. Now, y'all like him because Meek Mill is the scary hood black guy from the streets of Chicago. From the streets of Philly that fucking scares you, right? Drake is the nice, light-skinned, biracial, more racially ambiguous person that gives you your hard street rap wrapped up in a very nice, palatable corporate package. And that's why y'all are riding for him, because you just started listening to rap a year ago when you heard your first motherfucking Drake song. And so now you're gonna ride for him. You have no morals, you have no ethics. And I feel that way about fucking Cardi too. I know bitches just like her from the Bronx. Like, on some personal shit. Like, she's a setup gang bitch. Like, I know bitches just like her. Like, a bitch that likes to be in situations. A bitch that likes to start drama. A bitch that likes to throw stones and hide her hands and then cry. Like Cardi is the type of bitch in school that will fucking hit you around the principal. And then when you hit her back, be like, oh my God, principal, she hit me. The mean black bitch hit me. I want to get her kicked out of school. That's exactly who Cardi B is. A setup gang, grimy ass motherfucking bitch. Just like I said in my other fucking video about the motherfucking throwing shoes incident. I was like, that bitch knew she wasn't gonna get nowhere near Nicki Minaj on that motherfucking carpet. She threw that shoe because she knew she wasn't gonna get anywhere fucking near Nicki. That was a setup. She's a fraud. Set up gang. Grimy ass bitches. From the Bronx. That's who she is. Right? That's who she is. And even all this, Cardi so real, this, that, and the motherfucking third. Like, that's not real. That's not real. Throwing a shoe when you know you're not going to get nowhere near the bitch, that's not fucking real. Smacking somebody in front of the principal when you know they're going to hit you back and they're going to be the one that gets in trouble, that's not real. That's actually fake snake fraud shit for fake snake fraud bitches. Right? And yet again, Cardi has everything to be happy about, so why the fuck she's so miserable? Why she so miserable? She pump faked. Exactly, Vanity. She pump faked. She pump faked. And I'm tired. I'm very tired. I'm tired of this bitch. I'm tired of the alternative facts. I'm tired of the rewriting of history, okay? These are the facts. Nicki Minaj has 4 platinum albums. Facts. Facts. Cardi B has 1. Facts. Facts. Facts of life. Facts of life. Nicki Minaj has been in the game well over 10 years. Facts. Cardi's been in the game 2 years tops. Facts. 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 Nicki writes. Facts. Cardi doesn't write. Facts. Period. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Those are the facts. Now, these are the facts. All this other stuff, people try to say some Queen flopped. I was like, how did Queen flop when it's platinum? I don't know if you guys know what a flop is. People try to say that, oh, Cardi has surpassed Nicki. I'm like, I don't know how Cardi has surpassed Nicki when Nicki has 10 years in the game and 4 platinum albums. I don't know if you guys know what the word surpass means. The only thing that you guys can lean on are Cardi's #1s on Billboard, yet Billboard #1s can be bought, as I talked about in my old Iggy Azalea videos. Who remembers those videos? Because Iggy Azalea was the motherfucking original Cardi that they were trying to use to get Nicki Minaj the fuck up out of here. And that didn't work because Iggy was white, right? So they learned a lesson. They were like, we can't go with a fully white bitch. We're pushing the whiteness a little bit too hard. How about we slide a non-black person of color, a nice racially ambiguous little Bruno Mars in the face looking girl in there, just like they did with fucking Bruno. They've learned, right? They've learned. We can't use a white person. We gotta work on levels. We gotta work our way into the white. We gotta work our way into the white. Let's start with a racially ambiguous non-black person of color. But back when they had originally tried it with Iggy had like 3 simultaneous #1s all at once. because she had a rap number one, she had a pop number one, and I want to say she had another one. Iggy Azalea was also nominated for like 6 Grammys. She was nominated for 3 pop Grammys and 3 rap Grammys. Now, doesn't that sound ridiculous now from where we're sitting in 2018? But at the time, they were really trying to push it like Iggy was some hot shit. Like, Iggy was nominated for all these Grammys. She had all these number ones. She had all these Billboard hits. And the reason why Iggy even got famous, which I talked about in my old video on the Australian Voldemort, please feel free to look it up, was because Clear Channel, for those of you that don't know what Clear Channel is this huge corporation that owns, I want to say, between 30 or 40% of the radios. Because most of the radio stations nowadays are not still like little small private independently owned like radio stations. Most of the radio stations nowadays are a part of larger corporations, whatever the larger corporation is, right? 30 to 40% of the radio stations nowadays are owned by motherfucking Clear Channel. Clear Channel is a media company, right? So you cannot pay radio stations directly to play your music. That's illegal, right? That is payola. However, you can pay Clear Channel, the media company. And what Clear Channel does is they have this thing called the Artist of the Month, right? And you can pay to have your artist become the Artist of the Month with Clear Channel. And if your artist becomes an Artist of the Month with Clear Channel, then what Clear Channel does is they have the artist records played on all the radio stations that they own. And I just said that Clear Channel owns between 30 and 40% of all of the radio stations in the country. So if you pay Clear Channel to make your artist a featured artist, the songs are going to get played everywhere, all over the radio. And technically, you're not breaking the law. Technically, it's not payola because you're not directly paying the radio stations. You're paying Clear Channel, okay? That is how a lot of these artists are getting put on. That is how a lot of these artists are getting spin on the radio, and that is how a lot of these artists are getting number ones, and that is how a lot of these artists are getting on these Billboard charts. Because the charts are based off radio play, and you can pay for play not by paying the radio stations directly, but by paying the parent company, the media corporation that owns the radio station. Now that was a little fucking lesson in broadcasting from somebody with a degree in journalism, all right? That was a little lesson for y'all. The majority of those motherfucking Billboard charts and number ones have been bought and paid for. Like, to keep it 100. So whenever people even say that, like, well, the number ones, like, there was like a 10-year span of time that like Beyonce didn't have not a single number one. Like, none of her songs went number one because she wasn't paying for it. Her albums were going motherfucking platinum on platinum on platinum on platinum on platinum because the Beehive was motherfucking buying up everything in multiples. But the songs themselves were not going to number one because the way that you it's very few songs become organic number ones. Like Drip Too Hard with Lil Baby and Gunna, that was like an organic number one. But very few songs are organically becoming big hits nowadays. People are paying for them by paying through the fucking corporations and the media companies. So if we're talking about facts, we also have to talk about the fact that Nicki Minaj worked very hard to get into the industry. She came up in an era before social media. How did fucking Cardi even become famous? She was an Instagram personality that got tapped to be on Love and Hip Hop, where they made up her being a rapper as a storyline. Thank you, Mona. Thanks for unleashing this on the world, bitch. Whatever. They made up her being a rapper as a storyline, and now the bitch is a rapper. And her number one hit record was based off Kodak Black's song, right? Her number ones were bought and paid for, right? Now, her platinum album, no one could take her platinum album away from her. But when she gets 3 more, then we could motherfucking talk. Then we could talk. But until that day, everybody needs to understand and recognize that the underlying issue of this whole beef is the anti-black racism. It's the anti-black sentiment. It's the fact that people want a non-black artist, love black culture, hate black bodies, right? And I've also spoken on Nicki Minaj having motherfucking foreign privilege, which she does, because she's motherfucking Trinidadian, right? She has foreign privilege as well. But she's visibly black. Cardi B is not. So in addition to having foreign privilege, which Cardi B also has, in addition to having foreign privilege, she also has the privilege of being racially ambiguous. She could be a little bit of this. She could be a little bit of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. She's Latinx. She's a spicy Latina. She got a little accent. She's able to get away with things that Nicki Minaj could not get away with. Nicki is able to get away with things that a Black American girl could not get away with. There's levels to all this shit in terms of identity. And people need to understand that when we're talking about these beefs and when we're talking about so much of this shit that goes on within the media, all this shit is a part of identity. And who has the identity that we can fucking use? And when I say we, I mean the corporations in the industry, okay? Now, as we're trying to slowly motherfucking whitewash rap and slowly push Black women out of this genre. Oh, we tried it with Iggy. That didn't work because the bitch was a little bit too white and a little bit too reckless at the mouth, right? Let's try to slide into motherfucking Cardi B and see how that goes. And everybody rushes out of the woodworks to defend the bitch. And I also just think that people relate to Cardi because Cardi is a basic ass bitch. She's a basic ass bitch with no talent. And people don't like Nicki because Nicki got talent, right? I'd be mad if I had no talent also, you know? I'd be mad too if I didn't have talent. They identify with Cardi because they basic hood boogers just like she is. They like Cardi because they're anti-Black racists just like she is. They stan Cardi because she gives them all that ratchet Black culture that they like so much in a non-visibly Black body, which makes her safe, which makes her a safe artist, which makes her music safe, which is why you could see Mountain Dew commercials, drip, drip, came through dripping, drip, drip, came through dripping. Why have I not seen a Mountain Dew drip commercial for Drip Too Hard? Lil Baby and Gunna. Because Lil Baby and Gunna are ratchet as fuck ass niggas, okay? That's why. And Cardi's just untalented. She doesn't even write. She doesn't even have a pen. So the whole conversation of a beef should start and end there. To be motherfucking honest with you. Like, that's that. Most white girls... Oh, I see somebody got blocked. I know I haven't been reading y'all comments, but I've been seeing them. Like, I've been seeing them. Oh, yes. Cardi is a side part. Bel Callis is a side part. Bel Callis is a side part. And I see y'all said Mona is Haitian. Mona is Haitian. Not surprised. Non-AAs always pushing trash in our communities. On behalf of the Haitian community, we exile Mona to the Caucasus Mountains. Cardi is a costume. I'm still wondering why Cardi could say the N-word and BAs are okay with it. She also said she doesn't care about being lyrical. She just wants to make money and her fans still have her back. Because Cardi could say she don't care about being lyrical. She don't care about writing. She don't care about music. She's just trying to get her bag. And people will love it because, yet again, these are rap casuals. These are people that don't even care about rap. They don't listen to rap. They don't care about the genre. They like Cardi. Like, they like Cardi as a person. They just like her as a person. Same thing with Drake. People like Drake, like, as a person. They like some, like, you know, he has, like, some flat little bops that they could bop to, that they could feel safe bopping to, right? But they don't really care about the genre. They don't really care about what it represents in terms of a larger picture, right? Of what these beefs really mean. People don't care. They don't care. They really don't care. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They'd be like, well, I don't care that she don't rap. I don't care that she doesn't have a pen. She's trying to get her bag. Capitalists. I see. So it's fine to be a fake ass bitch for money? But I thought you guys liked Cardi because she was so real. Which one is it? Which one is it? Is Cardi getting a bag or her bag's being stopped? Which one is it? Which one is it? Y'all got to get your lies straight and you got to get your lies together, right? You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to. Drake and Cardi are both culture vultures. Yes. Drake and Cardi are 100% both motherfucking culture vultures. They're both racially ambiguous. They're both wrapping up culture that people want in a nice, safe, easy way. Period. That's why all these people that you've never seen listening to rap before in your life are all of a sudden Cardi B fans. Ooh, I'm so ratchet. I love Cardi B. Like, bitch, no, you're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. That's why you see motherfucking, literally, like, people that you have never in your life seen listening to rap. People that talk about how detrimental rap is and how much they hate rap. Cardi B is like their rap person, right? Because she is safe. Safe. Because she is not visibly black. So she can give them what they want in terms of consuming black culture without all that pesky blackness that they don't want. That's what she is. That's what she represents. And that's why she blew up. Exactly the same as Bruno Mars. When I heard that her and Bruno Mars were going on tour together, I was like, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. I totally grasp. It's the racially ambiguous tour. RAT. R-A-T. Rats. Two rats. Two rats. Two rats. Oh, I see you guys talk about Normani. Cardi is the mythical black friend that white girls want. Cardi is like Jessica Alba. You guys remember during that live when we were like, do you guys remember when Jessica Alba was being cast as like the safe black friend in all the white teen movies? Like Jessica Alba was in Idle Hands, and Jessica Alba was in Never Been Kissed, like Jessica Alba was supposed to be like the safe like black girl, but then it like turned out that like Jessica Alba wasn't even black because she like did that fucking DNA test, and it was like she's not even black, like, but she was like the ethnic friend. Cardi B is like their ethnic friend, right? But it's hard to have an ethnic friend that's visibly black and always talking your ear off about like some black shit and like being scary and black. So Cardi gets to be their black friend that's not really black, right? And people love that shit. And for the black people that like her, they're basic, just like she is. And I saw somebody said something about like ghetto. I'm not calling her basic because she's ghetto. I'm saying she's basic because she's regular. She's untalented. She doesn't write shit. She's being propped up by a charismatic personality and not by talent. And most people also don't have talent. So they could relate to that. So that's why when she says, yeah, I'm untalented as fuck. I don't write anything. I'm just about my bag. People loved it. They could relate to it because they're the same way. They're untalented. They're scammers. Scamming's at an all-time high, y'all. Scamming is a motherfucking epidemic, y'all. People are motherfucking scammers, like super scammers. Do I believe in racial segregation? Yeah, I'm a separatist. I have a whole video called Integration that is about how integration was a trap. It was the worst thing that could have ever happened to black people. I am a separatist. I am not with the integration shit at all. At all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Somebody said if Cardi was black, white girls would hate her because they can't stand hood rats. They wouldn't bring her anywhere. All the casual fans are doing the latest challenges and browsing the Billboard 100. I felt the same when Drake did the Kiki challenge, and I see all these fucking black girls, flight attendants, Kiki. I'm like, oh, so all you stupid bitches just gonna let the blackface go? We just all gonna let the blackface go? Because we just want to dance along and do the Kiki challenge? Because we just love a motherfucking hit because we're empty-headed and we will fall for anything? All right. Okay. Interesting. That's very interesting to see. Like, and I also said that I feel like Drake opened the door. Like, Drake opened the door for these people to come in. Because Drake showed that you don't have to write. You don't have to have a pen. You can get caught doing motherfucking blackface. You can get caught with reference tracks. You can get caught with ghostwriters. You can get caught with anything. But as long as you are not too black, you will be forgiven. And you will even be forgiven by other Negroes. Like, as long as you're not too black and you don't make people uncomfortable with your blackness, you will be forgiven. But once you're a little too black and you start making people a little too uncomfortable with your blackness, you gotta go. You gotta go. I fucking hate that song, Monica. Kiki, that's the only part I know. Kiki, that's the only part. I was really shocked. I was like, so y'all was just really gonna just let the blackface go? Y'all just gonna let the blackface go? Interesting. That's very interesting to see. But again, these are people that don't even listen to rap. These are people that probably think they too good to listen to rap. But they're fine with listening to rap when it comes from a racially ambiguous, non-visibly black package. because it's palatable. It's palatable. It's easy for them to consume that way. It's not easy to consume something from a fucking black face that's, you know, looking at you. Like, a black as fuck face is gonna make you uncomfortable, especially if that black face, because somebody just brought up the N-word, if that black face is saying nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that, why would you not want to get that from a non-black face? You know they love the word, you know they love it, they want to say it, but then we be like, you can't say that. But then when you have a Cardi B that comes along that's racially ambiguous and she gets a pass for saying it, well, fine. It's easy, it's palatable, it's consumption, it's capitalism, it's palatable for the masses. It's something that you can consume for the masses. What did I just say in my other video? Anything that too many people can consume. Like, why can so many people consume this one thing and so fast? Cardi B hasn't even been out that long, right? Why is she so palatable? What about her makes her so palatable? Yes, she has a great personality. Cash Doll has a great personality. If you follow her on fucking Instagram, like, Cash Doll has a wonderful personality. Cupcake has a wonderful personality. Carrie Foe has a great personality. And Carrie Foe could rap her fucking ass off. And she was born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. Why is Carrie Foe not palatable? What did I say in my Friday Fraudy video, which was my first video that I ever made about Cardi? What did I say? I said, Cardi blew up really big, really fast. The question is, why do we think that is? I said, do we think that Cardi B blew up really big, really fast because she's super talented? Do we think that she blew up really big, really fast because she's like the new Lauryn Hill or something like that? Like, is that why we think she blew up really fast? People were like, no, nobody thinks she's like that talented. Like, I was like, okay, so if it's not that she's that talented, it's not that she's writing and her pen game is like hard, why does she blow up that big, that fast? People were like, oh, well, it's because she has a great personality. I was like, well, I can name 5 other girls off the top of my head that also have really great personalities. So is it that? And then somebody else was like, well, it's because she had a really big, huge lead single. And I was like, well, Dej Loaf had and they were like, and she has like a huge fan base from Instagram and Love and Hip Hop. And I was like, well, Dej Loaf had a huge single. Try Me was like a huge single. Lil Wayne covered it because Lil Wayne used to drop those mixtapes where he covered all the biggest songs of the year. And Lil Wayne had even covered Try Me. And Dej Loaf has like a huge following on Instagram, like 5 million people or something like that. And you realize that Dej Loaf has not even gotten out a debut album? But Cardi got out a debut album in 8 months. Dej has been out 5 years and can't get out an album and has had several big hits. Back Up Off Me with Big Sean was a big hit. Blood with Young Thug was a big hit. Hey There with Future was a big hit. Dej has had big features with big names and big hits. She has a big fan base. She has not been able to get an album out. Why? So it's like we have artists that can write. We have artists that have great personalities. We have artists, female artists, black female artists. Let's get specific. We have black woman artists that have great personalities, that are talented, that can write, that have had big hits, that have big fan bases, that have had big features, but cannot get out projects. Like I said, Dej Loaf has not gotten an album out. They keep shelving her music. But Cardi B got an album out very fast and got blown up very big and got a lot of endorsements super. We're saying that we think she's more talented or has a better personality or has better hits. What is the reason? And could it be possible that the reasoning behind it is because she is a racially ambiguous, non-visibly black woman that is more palatable for consumption? Right? And is that what also gives her the upper hand, allegedly, in this beef? Just like how Drake, being the light-skinned, biracial, more racially ambiguous artist than Meek Mill, who was the darkest fuck, hood as fuck, non-racially ambiguous at all artist? Was it the same thing in that beef? We really need to start understanding all of the underlying shit that is at play when all of these types of things are happening and playing out. This shit is not just motherfucking happening at random. It's really not. There's all, and especially when we're talking about the industry, like music industries and stuff like that, there's like billions of dollars that are at stake. Record label executives and shit like that are not just leaving these types of things up to chance. Like, oh, we're just gonna flip a coin on this Cardi B girl. Like, no. Like, people are in tune with racism and the type of shit that fucking, you know, what they want to push and what the ultimate end goal is in terms of moving black faces out of these genres and moving racially ambiguous faces in and moving non-black faces in, right? Again, they tried to jump the gun a little too quick with Iggy and we caught on because we was like, we don't like this white bitch. So now they're trying to ease us in slowly with the Cardi B's. They're trying to ease us in slowly with the Bruno Mars. They're trying to ease us in slowly with these faces that kind of look a little bit like ours. So we feel like, well, we could stand them. We could relate to them. We could be their fans. We could be on their side. But ultimately, what is the end goal? You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of y'all. 421. I feel like I'm in a TED talk right now. Like, Dej Loaf will never make it. It's not about money. And Dej Loaf is so talented. Oh my gosh. Dej Loaf is so talented. Dej Loaf is really so talented. Like, her last EP was so good. Like, her mixtapes have been so good. Her songs have been amazing. Like, why can't she pop? Why can't she pop? And like I said, people love to say, well, it's just because Cardi got a hit. Like, Dej had a hit. Try Me was everywhere. Back Up Off Me with Big Sean was everywhere. You can't tell me Dej Loaf didn't have a hit. Why did Dej Loaf never get an album out? I saw somebody else put China Rogers, Chizzy. I love her also. She could fucking spit. She could rap her fucking ass off. Where is she? Where is she? And the excuses that were used on my last Cardi video, like, the excuses were, well, it's just because she has a great personality and a big fan base and she got a hit record. And I literally used Dej as my example. Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks has a fan base. Azealia Banks has had big records. And then people say, well, but Azealia Banks has antics. Cardi B threw shoes on the red carpet. Cardi B has antics. Why does Cardi B get to flourish and not Azealia Banks? Riddle me that. Who can answer? Who can give me an answer? Who can give me an answer? I'm just posing the question. What do we think the reasoning is behind this? If we're not saying that we think that Cardi is like the best bitch since Lauryn Hill, that's just so talented that she's just taken over the game, what is the reason? What is the reason? Nobody can tell me. Because everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Isn't it ironic that Drake gave this whole political excuse for blackface but has absolutely nothing to say about black issues? Try Me was everywhere. Dej Loaf didn't get a real chance. Didn't he just pose with that white MMA dude and wore his flag in the pics? Yes, I saw that. I was like, the Conor McGregor dude? And y'all still gonna be bumping Drake? Drake can do no wrong. Now, that is something that I will say about black women for some reason. They love Drake. I've hated Drake since day one. It's like a joke amongst my friends. Like, I hate Drake with the burning intensity of 10,000 suns. Like, I remember my friend started dating this guy, her new boyfriend, and we were all talking, we get to talking about music, we get to talking about rap, and they were like, oh, that I'm like a super rap fan, or like a super hip-hop head. And he asked me, like, oh, what do you think about Drake? And my friend was like, oh no, like, why did you get her started? I was like, I fucking hate Drake. He doesn't fucking write. He's watering down hip hop. Like, I went off. Like, I fucking lost it. Because it's just like, the writing is on the wall. And with Drake, people forgive everything. Like, again, similar to a fucking Cardi B. Like, Cardi B has antics and she's forgiven. Azealia Banks has antics and she gets left for dead. Why? And Azealia Banks does have a really great personality. Like, she's really fucking funny. She just be bugging out. But Cardi B be bugging out too, and it's fine. Nobody cares. Come on. I was trying to, like, read some of y'all comments, because I have, like, not been reading any of the comments. Like, Tierra Whack is dope too. Ella May is another one. The psychology behind this is really a comment on society. The more racially ambiguous you are, you could do almost anything. Yes, I totally agree. Hip-hop is being controlled. Loretta Brown, I emailed you. I know you left that comment a while ago, but I emailed you. Nobody wants to hear pasteurized rap from non-rapping asses. Tank and Dreezy are talented too. Dej Loaf could flow and sing. She's good at writing hits as well. Honestly, they trick you, but the real black people either get killed or they never make it. But the people that sort of look white get famous hella fast. Cardi is safe for white Latinxes. It's hella obvious. The same ones who really hate black folks. And as soon as fucking Cardi got put on, she started making this Wisin y Yandel music. Fucking Spanish shit. But her fucking Spanish shit will also be on the rap charts. But when we do rap shit, it's not going to end up on the Spanish charts. Just like Iggy. Iggy come out with a song. It's number one on the pop charts. It's number one on the rap charts. And it's number one on, like, the R&B charts or something. She got nominated for, like, 3 Grammys for the same song. One, like, in all these different genres. People were like, that's not fair. They shut them all down for Cardi. Amber London is great, too. She's such a great rapper, and she's DACS. Megan Thee Stallion, she's amazing to me. Dreezy. Tank, Little Mama is erasure, plain and simple. Dej is cool, but you can't sell Dej Loaf. Cardi is an actor who's way more marketable mainstream-wise. And what is another motherfucking actor turned rapper that we know? Drake. I'm telling y'all, Drake opened the door for all this shit. I hate that man. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate Drake so much. I blame him for everything. Everything that goes wrong in my life. I stub my toe on the wall. I'd be like, Drake caused this. I love Azealia Banks. This is all because of white supremacy. Drake is the biggest groupie. Charmy came on today and I was hyped, and I still fuck with Dej Loaf's EPs. Where is Tank? People are so willfully ignorant when it comes to Cardi. I don't get it. Like, she isn't even very likable to me. She's funny, but not likable at all to me anymore. I don't think she's likable anymore either. That's what I was saying at first. I was like, the fun thing about Cardi used to be that she was just like, she had this great personality and she wasn't taking anything seriously. Like, she was the girl that was just happy to be here, just trying to have fun, trying to have a good time. And now she's so miserable over everything. She is not likable at all. She's a wretch. If you guys don't know what a wretch is, you can look it up. But it's just like a despicable person. Like, just a despicable person. Every time I even see her face, I just be like, ugh. Like, you're not likable anymore. You're not fresh and fun and interesting. You don't say anything insightful or funny, or, you know, you're obviously taking yourself way too seriously. Your fans have gassed your head up. They got you thinking you're better than you are, and I don't know how, because you don't write a thing. You're not talented. You have 1 platinum record and 2 years in the industry under your belt. Like, yet again, Iggy had a lot of hits too, bitch. Like, simmer the fuck down, Bel Callis. Like, chill the hell out, you miserable fucking wretch. Why are you even on the internet all day long when you have a fucking infant at home? You always want to talk about how you have a baby and Nicki don't have a baby, like as if that has you better than Nicki. But you don't watch your baby. You watch Instagram all day. I don't understand. I love old school rap because they knew what they were talking about. They actually made you see the world from a black perspective. But these white folks killed the genre with this new BS. I agree. I told you all Drake wasn't going anywhere. He's palatable no matter what he does. I can never listen to Drake. He's Aubrey the actor. People act like 212 didn't happen and like Azealia has no bops. She's been in the game for years. Exactly. I see people say that all the time about Cardi. They'd be like, well, Cardi just blew up because she has hits. Like, Cardi's not the only bitch to have a hit in the last 5 years. There have been other fucking female rap bitches that have had motherfucking hits that didn't get albums out as fast as she did. So why was she picked to be the marketable bitch? Is it possible that she was picked to be the marketable bitch because she's non-black? She's racially ambiguous, non-visibly black girl, but she got all the nice motherfucking ratchet tendencies that people like to consume. But it's wrapped up in a safe, palatable body for consumption. Is that possible? Y'all don't just like her. You don't just randomly like her for no reason. No, you don't. You don't. You're brainwashed. You don't. I don't know why masculinity. He's a benevolent misogynist, so it's harder for people to see how sexist he is. You're saying that's why women like him so much? That makes sense. I was like, Rihanna had to give a whole talk about how he made her uncomfortable and they're not friends anymore because of how he treated her. And we just all still fine. Drake could probably kill somebody on wax, murder them. And people would be like, woo, I love this rape murder song. This is my jam. Like, it is wild. Azealia Banks acts out and she's excommunicated. Barty is reinvited time after time. Azealia has never put her hands on anyone. She just be tripping and people still hate her. Right? Azealia Banks has had hits. You a lie. Again, rap casuals. You also have rap casuals, which I already said. People that just started listening to rap 6 months ago when they heard of Cardi B. People that just started listening to rap when they heard motherfucking Kiki by Drake. That got a whole uninformed opinion on who does and doesn't have hits in the industry. Azealia Banks has had several big hits in the industry. That's how she even got noticed. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. You're a rap casual. You're not a fan. You're a fan of these individuals, which is another thing that we've talked about on this channel. I know we've talked about this during at least a couple Bees Bakes of how people are fans of artists and individuals. They're not fans of the genre. They're not fans of genres. So they don't even know the history of the genre. They just have all these uninformed opinions. Like, Cardi's not the only rap bitch to have a hit in the last 5 years. That's not a real excuse. That's not a real reason that's for her blowing up. Dej had a hit. Young M.A. had a hit. Lots of bitches have had hits. Do I still hate white people like I said in a 3-year-old video? Yes, I do. So if you're white, bye. Let me fucking block you, ho. Azealia Banks is one of the few rappers, male or female, that actually caters to and speaks to her gay fans. She has actual talent. Azealia Banks is so talented. I think the fact that she has something to say about everybody is what turned people off of Azealia. Cardi B sits on the internet all day talking about her haters. All day. And people love it. Azealia Banks sits on the internet all day talking about her haters and people hate it. And she's a bitter black bitch. Now what's the difference? Who can tell me? Who could tell me? Azealia Banks goes way past antics. She's openly anti-black and she's a snake. Cardi B is also openly anti-black and a snake. She called black women roaches. Somebody pulled her card and gave receipts on how she called the girl's dead baby a monkey. A dead black monkey. Cardi's not openly anti-black and a snake? What do these words mean? Why does it seem like these words mean one thing when we're talking about a visibly black person and something else when we're talking about somebody that's racially ambiguous? Why does the meaning of the words change regardless of who we are talking about? Who can explain it? Who could explain it? Let me wait for an explanation. Let me wait for an explanation. Rap casual, I'm trademarking it. Oh, Richie. Hi, Richie. Little Mama jumped on a stage one time and they won't let it go. It's cool. Cardi has to make all the money she can now with no viable talent. She really will fade away soon. Drake could pen a song saying he hates black women and nothing would happen to his fan base. They would say it's a joke. Rico Nasty is great. She has a trap sound too. I missed that. What did Rihanna say about Drake? Rihanna said that somebody had asked her. I saw that. I was like buffering for a while. Somebody had asked her if she was still friends with Drake. Because Rihanna was receiving an award. Drake presented the award to her. And while they were on stage together, Drake was like, oh my God, I love you so much. Everybody knows that I love you and this, that, and the third. And it was like a very uncomfortable moment. Like, it was just extremely awkward. And later on, Rihanna was asked about it. How did she feel about it? And she said that it made her uncomfortable. And that Drake made her uncomfortable. And that they were not friends anymore. Because she felt like he was trying to make her moment about him. And that he was unrelenting. Like, you know, he wouldn't leave her alone. Even though she said that she just wanted to be friends. Drake is the person that feels like he's a nice guy. So why don't you want to give me some pussy? And he just unrelentingly keeps coming on. And 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 coming on so strong. And she said it really made her uncomfortable. And that they weren't friends anymore at all. She said that publicly. That they're not cool. The chat slowed down when she asked for an explanation. Crickets. Right. Nobody can explain it. Nobody can explain why the meaning of the words changed when all of a sudden we're talking about somebody that's racially ambiguous. If Azalea Banks called somebody a roach and called their, like really, like on some, like you black bitches are roaches, and told a girl, that's why your dead black baby is a dead monkey, and was throwing shoes on a red carpet, and was overall acting unstable, because Cardi's acting unstable. I really don't care what any of y'all have to say about that. It would be an issue. But for Cardi, it's nothing but excuses. Who can explain the excuses to me? I want to know. Just because you like Cardi, you decided you like her personality? So it's excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Now, like, let me repeat it again. If Azalea Banks was throwing shoes on a red carpet over liked Instagram comments, does that not sound overblown and unstable to y'all? If Azalea Banks was throwing shoes on a red carpet over liked Instagram comments and calling black women black roaches and calling dead black children dead black monkeys, if Azalea Banks was doing all these things, what would we say? That she has issues and she has problems, right? But when Cardi does those exact same things, because those are all things that Cardi has done, everyone makes excuses for her. Now we're talking about what Cardi has done. Is Cardi unstable? Do you guys think Cardi's unstable? Should Cardi be canceled for those things? Or are we going to make excuses for her because she's a light-skinned, non-visibly black, racially ambiguous girl? Let me repeat the things that were done. These are just things that we all know about that are obviously out there, which is why I'm using them as an example. Throwing shoes on a red carpet over liked Instagram comments. Calling black women black roaches and roaches. Calling dead black children dead black monkeys. If somebody else said these things, would it be fine? Would it be fine? Right. People don't want to hear it. Look at how they're deflecting on Banks. Everybody's talking about, well, Azalea Banks said this, Azalea Banks said that. I said, if Azalea Banks said what Cardi said, would it be fine? Would it be fine? Who? I'm watching the chat. I haven't seen an answer yet. I haven't seen an answer. I've only seen what Azalea Banks said. But I just said what Cardi said and did. And I don't see anything. I see no responses. I see nothing. Did I miss it? Do I need to scroll up? Look at the backlash Azalea receives for saying it, while Cardi has said the same things and worse. It highlights the PTSD that women, oh, I see. You talking about self-esteem. Black people don't want to hear it. Look at how they're deflecting it on Banks. I see you, highly minded. We are not excusing Azealia Banks. We're saying even in problematic behavior, Barty is still accepted, while Azealia Banks isn't. Even people taking that as us defending Azealia Banks. So if that's us defending Azealia Banks, then it's fine. Then it's fine. Like, y'all defend Cardi, we defend Azealia Banks. It's all fine, right? It's all good. All I'm saying is, why do the words mean different things when we're talking about different people, right? When Azealia Banks goes after Sky Jackson, who is a black girl, and that was completely fucked up, and people rightly talked about how fucked up that was. But when Cardi goes after a black child and calls them a monkey, Cardi's so funny, she's so real. You know, she's so real. She's so funny. She didn't mean it. She meant this. She meant that. She meant this. She meant that. When Azealia Banks goes off on motherfucking wilding out and gets physically violent and despondent with people, Azealia Banks is unstable, which we know completely. Completely. When Cardi goes off throwing shoes, getting physically violent with people, which is not the first time that Cardi B has even thrown shoes at a person. Cardi's so real. She's so great. She's so wonderful. What's the difference? What's so different? Like, genuine. What's so different? Right? Everything Cardi does is likable, authentic, is this, is that. If other people were to do those same things, it would be offensive and unacceptable and not tolerated. Especially if we're talking about black women. Okay? They both are problematic, but colorism has a part at play on how both are treated. And yes, Cardi is unstable. Blame the dark skin plain and simple and let Cardi do as she please. That's what's going on. We already have an answer. Right? We already have an answer. And all I did was lay out the behavior. All I did was lay out the behavior. This is what one person did. This is what another person did. This is what the dark-skinned, visibly black woman did. This is what the racially ambiguous woman did. This is how one person was received. This is how the other person was received. Why do we think that is? And I'm still waiting for an answer. I've only seen the people that are saying, like, it's because of you know, the white supremacy at work. All y'all that was defending, I don't see y'all in the chat anymore. Where are you? Where you at? Where your ass is at? Where your ass was at? Where? I'm looking. Let me see if I missed it. Let me scroll through. Let me scroll through and see if I missed it. They're going to replace Cardi soon with another non-black hoe with a nice personality soon. These are the same people talking about writing raps don't matter as long as it's a bop. Exactly. Rap casuals. And again, these are the same people that, getting back to fucking Nicki had posted some pink hair, colorful hair shit, and people were like, Nicki never wears colorful hair. Nicki always wears black hair. She's wearing colorful hair because Cardi did. I was like, Nicki Minaj never wears colorful hair? Rap casuals. People that just got in. How you hating from outside the club? You can't even get in. They just started listening to rap last year. They're fans of Cardi. They don't know anything about the industry, rap history. They're rap casuals. They have no knowledge of anything. And they're trying to rewrite the history books with these alternative facts. We're really living in the era of alternative facts post-Trump. Like, I have never seen this type of thing. I'm not even going to lie. You guys remember I told you I had to make a rule against no alternative facts on the channel. Because people just be leaving comments full of just wild, just like shit they made up. And I just be like, no, that's not true. And they'd be like, yes, it is. And I'd be like, no, it's not. Nicki started her career in a pink wig. The fuck they talking about? But it's because, you know, around print time, Nicki went with like the more natural look because everybody was like that Nicki needs to grow up, that Nicki needs to mature, she needs to like stop wearing the colorful hair and the this and the that. So the whole pink print era was like the dark hair and the toned down makeup and the toned down clothes and like everything toned down. So you have people that That's all they know of Nicki. That's all they've ever seen. Also, you have a lot of young people. A lot of Cardi's fans are really young, like teenagers and like young, like younger people. So they don't even remember 10 years ago, 12 years ago when Nicki first got in the game with the pink wig. They don't remember pink wig, thick ass, give 'em whiplash Nicki. They only know Nicki from right now. And since they're rap casuals and they don't know their hip hop history and they don't know how to Google, apparently, niggas Googles is broke. When Nicki does something that she did 10 years ago, they said she's copying somebody. I can't act like Cardi's handful of incidences are comparable to Azalea's daily deplorable things for the past 6 years. And I do not like Cardi at all, but they just aren't comparable. Well, number one, Cardi, we didn't know who Cardi B was 6 years ago. So if you're gonna throw the amount of time that she's been out into it, how about you come back in 4 more years and we can see what other absurdly ridiculous things Cardi B has done between now and then. Otherwise, that's a fucking false equivalence to even bring the time up into it. Because Cardi hasn't even been out for 6 years. And calling somebody a roach, a black woman a roach, like, do you know what that even means? Calling somebody's dead black child a monkey is a incident? That's light to you? That's interesting. That's interesting to me. That's interesting to me. So that would be fine. That would be fine. So that'd be fine. So that's fine now. That type of thing is fine. Interesting. That's interesting to me. That's very interesting to me. I just find that to be an interesting thing. You said Azalea does shit like that on the daily. Azalea, the first, the first 3 to 4 years of Azalea Banks' career, Azalea Banks didn't have an issue with anybody. Azalea's mental health deteriorated probably within the last few years, and it got worse. But the first year or two of Azalea Banks' career, which is where we are right now with Cardi B, Azalea did not have any problems with anybody, and she didn't do anything out of pocket. Her mental health did deteriorate, and things got worse. So yet again, if you're going to do those types of comparisons in terms of a timeline, then you could bring that up in a few more years. But if anything, Cardi is headed down the same path because she's also deteriorating. Like, she went from talking smack to throwing shoes. So who knows what she might do next week? Who knows what she might do next month? Who knows what she might do next year? Do you know? Can you see into the future? Because if you have the time machine, I want the lotto numbers because I've been trying to channel them and I can't figure out what they are. Otherwise, that is a false equivalence. Who, Cardi? She just told people to kill themselves and cut their veins. Cardi tells people to kill themselves all the time. Cardi goes on live all the time and tells people that they need to fucking kill themselves and do all types of stuff. Like, how is that a fair comparison? Like, seriously. I feel like that's a false equivalence. Like, the logic is not holding up at all to me. Like, we're talking about somebody that has 6 to 7 years, 8 years really, in the game, during which their mental health deteriorated within the past 5 years. But the first 2 to 3 years of their career, they had no issues with anybody, which is where Cardi B is right now in her career. You're trying to make some type of comparison to make what Cardi does fine and to make what Azalea Banks does worse. We're talking about two people that are both unstable and act out. There's never any accountability for Cardi B whatsoever. And, like, whatever. Cardi said a homophobic slur and called black women roaches. And she excused herself by using the I'm uneducated trope. And people were like, "Aw, it's okay, dear." The mental exercises to defend Cardi. How do people stay sane defending her? People used to call the projects and prisons the Roach Hotel, and everyone would know who they were referring to. Calling black people a roach is nowhere near lighthearted fun. Somebody called me a roach one time in Instagram DMs, and I had posted it on IG stories. And somebody had DM'd me, and they were like, "I can't believe that somebody called you a roach." And this person was like, in my country, calling somebody a roach means like almost like some... They were like, that's like a genocidal type term. They were like, you call somebody a roach, like as in like, I'm going to kill you, like I'm going to crush you like a bug. The person was like extremely appalled. Like they took it very personally. They took it personally for me. I was like, ooh, it's okay. Like, it's all right. Like calling people roaches is not light and funny. And I was very offended by her calling somebody's dead black child a dead monkey. You don't think that's offensive? You don't find that to be offensive? I mean, if y'all black and y'all fine with being called roaches and monkeys, I can't tell none of y'all what to do. I can't tell none of y'all what to do. I can't tell none of y'all what to do. None of y'all. Trump and Cardi never should have been leveraged. We are in an alternate universe. Bro, we are in Black Mirror for real. Speaking of roaches, Nicki has been doing colorful hair since the beginning. Yes, the state of our culture is terrifying. Black people are committing cultural suicide. We're in a dystopian future for real, for real. Nicki has the pink in the back of the black hair, lest we forget. I told you Barty and blackface Drake could attend a Trump rally and everyone would continue to stand. To be honest, I adored the crazy wig, animal print leggings Nicki. I did too, but people didn't like it. They said she needs to grow up, so she tried to grow up. Where are these people researching? Cardi is closer to whiteness, so she's allowed a pass to act out in unacceptable ways. She's treated like a child who could do no wrong. I agree. She's very much infantilized. Is that the word? She's treated like a baby, like a child. Like, poor Cardi. Cardi just threw a little temper tantrum. Like, Cardi called somebody a dead monkey and got violent on a red carpet. But that's fine. Okay. Whatever. Nicki came in the game with colorful hair. People go off what their favorite blogger says. Google is broke for them. Yes, I agree. People be making up opinionated facts. We've been doing that for the longest now. Hip hop wasn't lucrative enough in the beginning, so everybody's coming in. Mixtape Nicki was my fave, to be honest. Pink wig, thick ash, giving whiplash. I see you, 119. I don't really follow Cardi like that. No offense, the girl does too much. Azealia no longer cares about anything. Nicki started her whole rebrand without the colorful hair when she did American Idol. Didn't she used to have colorful hair? I know she had like a blonde. I thought it was like blonde and pink. Starships Nicki, my Google ain't broke. Nicki's damn perfume bottle has on a pink wig. How much do you want to bet that the deterioration? How much do you want to bet that the deterioration of Azealia Banks' mental health can be in part attributed to all the shit that's been thrown at her over the years? And I think that's fair too. And didn't she say something like that with the whole bleaching controversy, where she was like, I act like this because of the way that people treat me type shit? It sounds like the mental health of so many black female rappers is deteriorating. They don't seem happy. Who saw the situation with Cardi and the makeup artist? Azealia takes accountability. She knows how she goes off sometimes. She's apologized in the past. Cardi has no self-awareness or emotional intelligence to comprehend. I agree. Cardi has no self-awareness. It's never her fault. Nothing is ever her fault. She's never wrong. Everybody else is always wrong. Everybody else is always attacking her. And again, there's this weird infantilization that happens with her fucking stans and her supporters and the corporations, because she's their fucking meal ticket. That Cardi B is like really on some protect Cardi at all costs type shit. And I also think that you have a lot of people that have built up Cardi to be this feminist, whatever you want to call it, the motherfucking blacktivists and shit that stand her ass so much. They built Cardi up to be something in their minds to the point where they can't admit that it's possible that they were wrong about her. So it's almost like on some, well, I guess we're just gonna keep digging this hole motherfucking deeper and deeper, like this the motherfucking hill we gonna die on type shit. I'm almost 24. I literally grew up listening to Nicki. It's really hurtful to see the general public doing her like this. Cardi is a buffer. Cardi is a buffer for whites. They learned their lesson from Iggy that they couldn't plant a white woman and it just fly. So they're taking that Cardi step first. Cardi loves to play the I didn't know rhetoric. If this is about rap, then why pick Cardi to break through and not Cayenne? Out of all the Love and Hip Hop girls, they pick Cardi over Cayenne. Am I saying that right? Cayenne? Cayenne? I see it, but I might not be saying it right. Hold on. I'm trying to plug in this cord. I see people getting blocked. And yet nobody was able to address what I said about why is some things fine for some people and not fine for others. Nobody's been able to address it. Still waiting, still waiting, still waiting. Roach is too specific of an insult. We're living in a bamboozled ass generation. I really don't know how long Cardi will last. Her entire career seems centered around negativity. I agree. It's like every time she got some shit coming out, here she come with a video talking some nonsense. People stay making excuses for Cardi. It's disgusting as fuck. Oh, Davey, I remember that. I was fuming. Cardi's mental health is deteriorating right before our eyes. I agree. I totally agree. Don't forget Nicki's Queen Radio episode where she said how Cardi paid for 2 women that Offset cheated on her with to be beaten and cut up instead of confronting her cheating husband. Cardi's time will end. Nicki's longevity speaks for itself. I swear this shit is a paradox. Non-blacks and self-haters love Cardi's behavior because she fits anti-black stereotypes, but then they give her passes because they know deep down she's not black. I agree! That's exactly what it is! I totally agree. Completely. This is the Twilight Zone. I'm scared as fuck. Nothing makes sense. There's going to be a paradigm shift coming soon. Many black people don't respect themselves, so people just do and say whatever because of it. Bamboozled is the perfect analogy for now. I loved colorful hair Nicki. I thought she was adorable. I'm 4 minutes behind the chat. Cardi got the fame when white people started liking her as a means to absolve themselves of some type of guilt and be hip. Cardi's antics get pacified with awards. Banks gets blackballed. And she called the child's mother a drug addict. Yes. She called the baby a dead roach. And she was like, maybe if you weren't a drug addict, your little dead... she called the baby a dead monkey. And she was like, maybe if you weren't a drug addict, your little dead monkey would still be alive. And we think that's fine. Interesting. Very interesting. Nicki defends herself and has receipts and she's angry and bitter. But Cardi B could nearly assault another woman and she's just being real. She's real. I keep seeing people defending Cardi, saying her behavior was authentic. And that she acted like how she talks about herself or something. As someone who personally hates roaches, I'd be offended if somebody called me that. I feel like Igloo's rise affected... Iggy. Her rise affected Azalea because I really didn't hear her start saying crazy stuff until then. Everything was just handed to Iggy, and I can only imagine how hurt Azalea was. That's why I said, if we're going to compare fucking career trajectory, we're not going to pretend that Azalea Banks came out the fucking gate acting out. Again, not knowing our hip-hop history, making shit up, looking at artists from the standpoint of right now, not being able to look back into the past and see how they were 5 years ago. Like, if we're going to, if we're going to talk about motherfucking antics and comparisons, like, Azalea Banks didn't come out the gate with the antics, but nobody remembers that, right? Nicki came out the gate with all the colorful shit, but nobody remembers that. So we just going to come with the made up shit that we made up, that we heard a blogger say, or we heard this person say, or we heard that person say. Like, come on. The industry is a sick environment, honestly. The Black Mirror Roach comment, isn't it like society has the damn lenses in their eyes when it comes to black people? Black Mirror is real life. Uh-oh. Oops. No. They tried to fucking open Instagram live. I'm not trying to go live on Instagram. It's just overwhelmingly clear that Cardi is at the level she is now due to her being light-skinned, racially ambiguous, and conveniently Instagram famous. It's not due to her having any kind of talent. I agree. And people believe whatever Cardi says as if it's fact, even when it's debunked. That's what I said. I was like, Cardi B could handwrite a notice that says whatever she wants. And people will be like, well, there's the proof. The way Azalea Banks was handled was trash and embarrassing. I had brunch recently and said how I like Nicki's music to work out to. Heads exploded. They call her a bully and that she's stopping Cardi's bag. I let them rock. I don't argue with people anymore. What killed me was people saying, oh, Cardi doesn't know any better. I'm like, she's a whole adult making these comments and these decisions. Like, and I don't understand. Really, this is something I really genuinely don't understand. I really genuinely don't understand how Nicki is the bully stopping people's bags. When again, there are receipts that Atlantic, multiple girls have gone on record and confirmed this, There are receipts that Atlantic was offering $250,000 signing bonuses to start beef with Nicki. Receipts. That's true. That's proven. Cardi is signed to Atlantic. So who is stopping whose bag? Who is it more reasonable? There has not been a single receipt pulled yet saying that Nicki has stopped anybody's bag. That's just some he said, she said shit. Like Cardi just said it. That's it. There's no proof of that. I don't understand. People say, well, Nicki's a bully because she throws shots at Cardi in songs. Cardi throws shots at Nicki on songs. Everybody throws shots at everybody on songs. If we're going with that, Cardi sits on the internet bullying people all day, strangers in the comment section. Cardi arranged for some bitches to get fucking sliced up and beat the fuck up because they were fucking Offset. Is that not a bully? Why don't people think Cardi is a bully? That's like a real question. Hopefully I will get to your comments and you can answer that because that's really confusing to me. I feel like people are under some motherfucking type of mind control when it comes to this girl. Like, Cardi seems like a very ugly, nasty person to me personally. And I don't understand, like, what makes her seem so nice and wonderful. I don't know what I'm not grasping. Azalea gets gaslit on a regular basis, and now she's known as the crazy one. I don't even think Beyonce could get away with Cardi's antics, and she's a veteran. Oh, Smart just text me. Cardi's attitude is stagnant as fuck. How long do you think Cardi's career will last? I don't know. Cardi B is a narcissist. Yes, she gives me super narcissist vibes. Like clinical narcissist. Like, she gives me like super clinical narcissist vibes completely. I like Nicki with black hair, but she could do whatever she feels like because it's her choice. Hell nah, Beyonce could not. I regret supporting Cardi. People take the stand thing too far, especially when her raps are only okay. Russell Crowe spat on Azalea Banks and everybody was fine with it. Everything Cardi just ranted about today is being exposed as lies at this very moment. People are hanging on, eating crow, being miserable. Cardi is 26 on some Ryan Lochte tease, a child where they infantilize cardio the same as they do with white people. Every time they do some evil shit, they're just young and it's not their fault ever. Yes, let me read that one again. They infantilize Cardi the same as they do with white people. Every time they do some evil shit, they're just young and it's not their fault ever. Because Cardi is not visibly black. So she can get away with that. Right? That's it. They're projecting their own feminist mantras and philosophies on her when Cardi could really give a fuck. Cardi only cares about money, nothing else. But she has said since day one that she is about her shmoney. Like, she is about her bag. That's it. Which is why I believe that she took that Atlantic deal. Because yet again, Lady Lesher went on record in Guardian as well as like on tape in a recorded interview as saying Atlantic offered her $1 million deal with a $250,000 signing bonus to start beef with Nicki and to create beef. And she said she turned it down and that they kept increasing the number, that the number kept going up, kept going up. Please Google this interview and you could hear her say it out of her own mouth. You could read her say it in The Guardian. And we all know that Cardi's about her money, so why will Cardi not take it? So why should I even believe that this whole beef is nothing but being manufactured on Atlantic's part to get Nicki the fuck out of here? And Cardi is just the puppet because she wants the money. Which she has said she's all about her shmoney and nothing else. Is that far-fetched? Black folks are quick to support and ride the coattails of everyone but black artists, and it baffles me because we suffering from internalized anti-blackness, period. We love everybody else doing our shit. We love it. It makes us feel validated, especially black Americans, because y'all know we don't have no self-respect. We don't have no self-esteem. We feel like we have no culture. We feel like we don't have shit. So when we see these non-black people coming in and wanting our shit, it makes us feel validated. I will never forget, Charlamagne said that one time. He was like, we shouldn't be mad about cultural appropriation. We should be flattered that other people want our shit. Because we have no self-esteem. And that's why people latch on to the Cardi B's and the Bruno Marses and shit like that. Because what was the first thing they said about Bruno? When nobody else is doing funk, niggas don't care. Anderson .Paak exists. He opened for Bruno, but okay. All right. You low self-esteem having ass niggas with your internalized anti-blackness. So you're gonna stand for these non-black people because they make you feel better about yourself. They make you feel better about being black because they're not black. Period. Cardi is over 21. She's a mother. She's married. She has a kid. She should be held responsible. But like white adults who do wrong, she is labeled as too young. To a lot of people, Cardi represents the American dream, rags to riches story. Let me also, before I even finish, piggyback off of what I just said about how Cardi's going to get the support of black people that are suffering from Cardi's going to get the support of black people that are suffering from internalized anti-blackness. She's going to get the support of white people that want black culture from a palatable, non-black, racially ambiguous face. And she's going to get the support of all the Latinx people that's going to ride her nuts because she's Latinx. So she has triple the opportunity than a visibly black girl. And God forbid a motherfucking DACS. And she's going to get the fucking hookup of the immigrants. Not even just the Latinx people, but like all the immigrants. That's like, woo, immigrant. 4 times the chances. That's why the bitch blew up. Let's be honest. That's why the bitch blew up. To a lot of people, Cardi represents the American dream, rags to riches story. And I think that's why it's so deep for a lot of people to defend her. And wait, your comment got cut off. But I see you said in a class, one girl presented on Cardi. I'm guessing you're going to saying that she was the American dream or something like that. Pan-Africanism meant well, but it has clouded us severely in this way. They protect Cardi like they protect Trump at all costs. And then I said 4, right? And then you have the motherfucking blacktivists that are projecting all this hood feminism shit onto Cardi, and they gonna support her. 5 times the chances. Nicki's first albums, which came out in 2010 and 2012, has her in colorful wigs. These have to be kids. Nicki didn't tone Nicki didn't tone down to regular black hair until just 4 years ago. Cardi isn't the only person to struggle. Cardi turning herself in for that crime had no impact on her career. It's literally a video of those little mixed girls saying they want to work with Nicki first, but people are still saying that she's lying. Like I said, the CEO of Wilhelmina Models himself, and Wilhelmina Models is the brand and the company that fucking coordinated the Diesel deal, said that the whole deal was arranged around Nicki. And people are like, no, Cardi, like, people are fucking delusional over this girl. Cardi makes white people comfortable. Cardi acts like she doesn't have common sense, and her fans treat her as such. They make up excuses for her that they wouldn't even give children. Oh, I said her name right? All right, good. Cayenne. Cardi makes so many non-blacks comfortable. She is a safe gateway into blackness. I pray Azealia Banks gets the help that she needs. Cardi is as far from a feminist as you could get. White people could just laugh at Cardi comfortably and she'll be none the wiser. Try that with a black woman. They want a mascot, not actual talent. I agree with that too. Cardi's definitely like a mascot to people. She's like their little ratchet mascot that they dress up and parade around. Because we want to have a little realness. We want to have a little realness at our award show. Yes to the paradigm shift. A huge divide is coming. This isn't a twist out or a braid out. It's my hair. I noticed on Twitter when Cardi turned 26, everybody was commenting how they thought she was older, which is interesting to me because they treat her like a baby who knows no better. Azealia really didn't start with her antics until, the Zayn thing happened. Yeah. The only thing I can think of right now is Where Do We Go From Here by Solange. Cardi literally called the woman out of her name just because the woman tweeted, but she did not at Cardi that she didn't like the single money. And Cardi definitely Googles her own name because you don't even have to directly at her and she will like find you and curse you out. Like I said, Cardi sits on the internet all day talking bad to regular people, strangers, but somehow that's not bullying. Somehow Cardi doesn't have a reputation as a bully. I don't understand that. How she doesn't. The rags to riches, got it out the mud story only works for Cardi and other foreigners. With Black Americans, you're just lazy and a professional victim. Azealia Banks cussed somebody out, but you try to say that, okay, see, Blackamore, I love you, but you are really moving the goalpost here, because originally your point was supposed to be that Cardi's antics are not on the same level as Azealia Banks. I said that Azealia Banks' antics did not get really bad until recently as her mental health deteriorated. She did curse people out. Now, like, Azealia Banks was always herself, but in terms of crossing a line, she did not cross a line until recently. Now, I feel like calling people roaches and calling black people monkeys and getting violent, throwing shoes is crossing a line. So if we're talking about crossing lines, Azealia Banks was not crossing lines in the same point in her career as Cardi. No, she was not. There's a lot of goalpost shifting going on. So this conversation could be done because I think you, what is the opposite of rose-colored glasses? You have black glasses on or something, trying to make these false comparisons, like as if Azealia Banks is so terrible and Cardi is not. And I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, but I feel like Cardi does bad things too and nobody cares. Azealia does bad things also and everybody cares. Now, I'm not saying nobody should care about what Cardi does, period, point blank. No, I mean, Azealia. No, everyone should care what they both do. Why does one person get a pass and the other person doesn't get a pass was my original point. Like, see, y'all are conflating arguing with people with crossing the line. The whole internet came for Azealia Banks, but when it came out that Justin Bieber said, "One less lonely nigger," nothing occurred. Nicki is the true champ. These conglomerates have been trying to end her reign. That's crazy. When they like you, you could do no wrong. When they hate you, you could do no right. And I like Azealia Banks. Like, I've bought all her stuff. Like, this is in no way supposed to be like a defense of Azealia Banks, like she does no wrong, because she is like really unstable and like her antics are like obscenely out of control. But my thing is, why does Cardi get to be babied about everything? Cardi's not a bully. Cardi doesn't have antics. Cardi's so young. She doesn't know what she's doing. But meanwhile, when we talk about visibly black women, they're everything but a motherfucking child of God. They're everything under the sun. But we can make all these fucking excuses as to why they deserve it. Interesting. Because Cardi is not black. If she was a black woman, she would be written off as another black one, as just another black bitch. They consider Cardi's bullying as her being real. People are afraid to say that they like her Cardi, I guess. People are afraid to say that they like Cardi because of her come-up story, period. The liberal, specifically white liberal-minded spaces ate it up. Lady Lesher is on record saying that they offer her money to go at Nicki. Why doesn't Bartigain talk about that? Beyonce couldn't get away with any of this because there's a Yancey hate train too. Banks did not come out the jump like this. More examples of colorful Nicki, Bees in the Trap, Starships, Massive Attack, Moment for Life, The Boys featuring Cassie. I'll stop there. Props to Little Mix for calling Cardi out on her bullshit. Cardi has yes men, colorism, and ambiguousness, plus many anti-black fans on her side. Cardi is a bully. Nothing about her is likable. Atlantic wasted their money. Cardi is playing dress up in our culture like a lot of people do. Cardi can't rap to be having world tours and shit. The whole intro to her album is just dreams and nightmares in disguise, period. When I heard that they were talking about having Cardi B do the Super Bowl, I was like, Janet Jackson hasn't even been invited back to the Super Bowl. Like, she never got her apology, and she has never even been invited back. Is Cardi that level of star to be at the Super Bowl? Like, honestly, like, no bullshit, like, all other bullshit aside. Is that reasonable? Like, if y'all think that's reasonable, I don't know what to tell you. A lot of black female rappers will offer money to start beef with Nicki. Even after what Cardi says gets exposed as lies, it's still not good enough. The truth could be broadcasted and people will still sacrifice their lives for Cardi, SMH. Bruno and Cardi literally get handed awards. I think Cardi is a bully and total trash. It's pure colorism. Light skin equals likable. We're easily exploited. They want Cardi to be viewed as black by white people. They believe her being viewed as black and light by whites is a win for their self-hating asses. Anderson .Paak is better than Bruno. I don't care. I'm cringing at non-black artists gaining traction over our talented own. We will learn one day. Anderson .Paak just dropped some shit too. I feel like I'm the only one who got it on repeat. Imagine an artist coming out and staying in the spotlight so early for trashy behavior. Cardi also lied on the YouTube makeup artist, saying she showed up high and was rude and disrespectful. When black art is presented by a black person, the black masses don't want it. Exactly. And I've talked about that in other videos too. It's because it's predictable, right? It's like Larry Bird. You know what they call like the Larry Bird effect? Like niggas playing basketball great is like predictable and boring. But when you have a white person like Larry Bird, and that has now been extended to non-black persons of color like Cardi B and Bruno Mars, come along and do something that black people traditionally do well. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's fantastic. It's so different. It's so real. It's so authentic. We've never seen anything like this before. These people are so talented. We need to put them straight to the top. And they're nice and ambiguous, so they're palatable for everybody. They don't bring none of that motherfucking pesky blackness that's going to make us think about, you know, like racism and all that shit we don't want to think about. I honestly believe all this drama is happening because Cardi's new song wasn't getting the response that she wanted, similar to Barty A. Barty. Every single time she says some negative shit and talks about how somebody's bothering her or bullying her. Like, bitch, everything not always gonna go your way, little girl. That's life. That don't always gotta mean somebody's picking on you or bothering you. This is why I don't respect Remy. She let corporations use her to drag a black artist only to be used and pushed aside once the non-black version was available. Cardi couldn't bully Nicki in the original beef between them because of where Nicki stands. People... Wait. Oh, I see. That Cardi didn't look like the bully because I said, why is Cardi never seen as the bully? Got it. Cardi couldn't look like the bully in the original beef. Cardi didn't look like the bully in the original beef between them because of where Nicki stands. People in a superior position will always look that way even if they're just defending themselves. Yes, I agree. Yes. People dislike Anderson .Paak, and I don't know why. He has good music. Literally 95% of rappers represent the American dream. Right, the rags to riches story. But yet again, I used Lil Baby and Gunna as an example previously, the Drip Too Hard song. Yet when you have somebody like Lil Baby and Gunna, who are fucking black Americans, DACS, that's rapping about, you know, their rags to riches story, how they came from nothing and how they got put on and how they have all this money and stuff. Oh, what will people do? They'll sit there and write all these think pieces about how motherfucking rap is so materialistic and how, you know, niggas only care about money. They don't care about nothing else. But when Cardi does a rags to riches story and talks about all she cares about is getting a bag and all she cares about is shmoney and how she came from nothing. Oh, she's so authentic. She's so real. She's trying to get her bag. We should applaud her. She's a feminist icon, this, that, and the third. What is the difference? What is so different in my genuine voice, which is what I keep saying, which is what I keep repeating? What's different between Cardi and all these visibly black people besides the fact that the bitch ain't visibly black? What's the difference? I hate that my best friend supports Cardi. I don't even bring it up. It's too deep to get into because it requires self-introspection and being honest. Cardi could sneeze and somebody will call it revolutionary. She's subverting women's standards. Like, please just stop. Drake's success came from the white audience from Degrassi. I remember because in Connecticut, a lot of white girls were standing for Drake / Aubrey. I feel like Cardi is relatable to people because people want to get ahead without the work, skill, or talent. I said the same thing. I was like, Cardi is basic. She's a side part that's getting ahead basically off scamming. And the scamming culture is like hot right now. Like being untalented is hot. Like being untalented but still getting ahead. People like that shit. Hood feminism and white feminism, which is worse? Pick your poison. Like, do you guys remember when I did that other video about talent and somebody had left a comment? I remember I talked about it in the live stream that was like, it was something like, I'd like to see people without talent that's winning. I was like, that's the Trump effect. That's the Trump effect. Again, well, if Trump could be president, I could be president. Anybody could be president. If Cardi could become a fucking rapper, I could be a rapper. Anybody could be a rapper. Nobody needs talent. Nobody has to write. Nobody has to do anything. We can all just scam our way to the top. That's like the culture that we're in right now. To the point where people that are talented or have respected careers in industries and stuff like that, we don't want that. We don't want that. No talent bake. We want side parts. We want side parts. We don't want ganja and hets. We want the sweet blood of Jesus, please. Give it to me now. Thank you. That's what I prefer. Wait, where? Cardi B is definitely a bully. Immigrants, especially non-black Latinx and black immigrants, will defend Cardi to the death because they're immigrants and she's an immigrant. She's one of them. They're going to defend the shit out of her. And the Latinx love her. There's a shirt, Coretta Scott King and Cardi B, and it's so problematic. And because Cardi isn't black American, she's not emotionally connected to the stigmas associated with the caricature she acts. In the motherfucking Schomburg Center, they have these candles. And the candles have like Martin Luther King. They have like black heroes. And the candles have like Martin Luther King and like Coretta Scott King. And I think one has Beyonce. And like one had Cardi B. I was like, whoa, time out. Martin Luther King, Coretta Scott King, Beyonce, Cardi B. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. I don't know. I was confused. I was confusion. I was confusion. I was confusion. Yay! Somebody said on the topic of anti-blackness, I'm obsessed with Dr. Joy DeGruy. Was listening to her cognitive dissonance talk today on the bus. Love her already. I'm so glad. Isn't she amazing? Some people even said that Beyonce is trying to be like Barty. Like how? Everything anybody does, people will be like, you're trying to be like Cardi B. I'd be like, Cardi B just came out. How? Cardi posted pics of her deal, but it's not the same deal. Then she tried to say the dates are the same. I'm dead. A lot of these square non-black people get gassed listening to Cardi's music because they think they could pop off and be hood. I have to laugh. That shit makes them think they're ratchet for real. Cardi's not even ratchet. I beat the shit out of Cardi. I know girls just like her. Just like her. Beyonce is black American to the bone. People need to hush. Remember I did my video about Beyonce? I was like, y'all know I don't even like Beyonce, but people have decided they hate her because she's riding this DACS train. So y'all gonna make me defend Beyonce. Y'all really had me grow a whole soft spot for Beyonce. If you had told me 5 years ago that I was gonna grow a soft spot for Beyonce, I would have told you you were smoking crack. But y'all made me do it. Y'all made me do it. Azalea crossed the dark-skinned line in America. America has different length rope on how far you go. We all know this by now. So much internalized racism and colorism. Even Ellen made a joke about the Cardi shoe throwing shit. That behavior would have been deemed ghetto if it involved a dark-skinned black woman. Cardi is their little non-black American anti-black mascot. Cardi's been cussing people out since Love and Hip Hop. She threw a shoe at a bitch on Love and Hip Hop as well. Like, that wasn't the first time she threw a shoe at somebody. Like, that's her thing. Oh, somebody got blocked. I hate the angry black girl stereotype in general. Mental illness is close for me, so I'll always go up for Azealia Banks. I don't give a fuck. Dean Sophia is Charo 2.0 and Cardi is the prototype that they send for black Americans. The thing is, I see a lot of black people supporting Cardi even though she showed her bullshit ways and it's sad. Both their antics are wrong. Stop making excuses for Cardi. Everyone is turning down the Super Bowl, so they are desperate. Those aren't even her flows. I feel like I'm listening to a reject Migos. That's because Offset writes everything for her, which she has admitted. She's like, I don't give a fuck if he writes for me. I'm just about my bag. Like, I'm just trying to make money. I'll pass on Cardi being in the Super Bowl. NFL is canceled anyway, so birds of a feather. I mean, Fran Drescher wants Cardi to play her daughter in a Nanny sequel because she can, because she's not a visibly black bitch. Cardi is being used by Maroon 5 to pull in more blacks and Latinos to the NFL. People claim Cardi, but not Meghan Markle, and Meghan Markle is actually half black. Umi. I went back and watched your Friday video, and you made a point that stuck with me when she first came out. Yes, and then she stopped. She used to speak way more. Cardi used to speak way more about colorism and issues, and she definitely stopped. Definitely. I was very fair to Cardi for years. Like, I resisted going in on this bitch, but I'm tired of her now. And Cardi is very smart, which I said in my original fucking Friday video. She plays like she's stupid. Cardi's not stupid. She's not stupid. She plays dumb ghetto hood booger bird, so people will treat her like a child. She's not dumb. She knows exactly what she's doing. Exactly. I feel like Cardi is demeaning. She's as a whole, she makes people look bad, but she benefits from a society that treats her like a white woman. Larry Bird syndrome. I don't even understand how Cardi is viewed as black. She doesn't look black to me at all. People to this day try to say that Larry Bird syndrome is not a thing. Cardi does not let her Dominican mother talk. Pay attention, she's Dominican with a heavy accent. Every time they show a white boy in a black frat show, people become obsessed. Yes, and they be like, ooh, invitation to the cookout, da-da-da-da-da. We be so flattered. So flattered. So flattered. When non-blacks want to get up in our shit because we finally feel like we have some self-worth in our culture. We have problems, y'all. We need therapy. Palatable for everybody, Def hits the nail on the head. Larry Bird syndrome, I learned something tonight. Thanks. I always thought that about the Adele situation. Elvis made a whole career out of being pasty white and being able to sing the blues. Cardi is the same. People think having opinions is bullying. Selena Johnson mentioned it a few days ago that people like Bruno and Cardi are infiltrating spaces that used to be sacred for black artists. Like, how the fuck did they get nominated for Soul Train Awards? Cardi's mother is a Trini Indian and her dad is a Dominican. Oh, I see somebody got blocked. Cardi's rags to riches story is applauded because she didn't have actual talent, just personality. I agree with that too. Like I said, people like that she doesn't have talent. People like that. They like that she doesn't have talent. It's really on some like she worked her way to the top with no talent, and I like that shit. I guess you have low standards. Rags to riches plus racially ambiguous equals a formula for mainstream success. That self-introspection was a word. Black Americans need a heavy dose of that right now. Zoom, zoom, zoom. No talent bake. Up is down, forwards is backwards. This reminds me of These Artists Are Not Legends. Right! You guys remember that video that I did? These Artists Are Not Legends. And that was before Cardi had even came out. That video was like 2-3 years old. These artists are not legends. We're not going to say that I could predict the future. That reminds me of your These Artists Are Not Legends video. They don't have the talent and drive that Black Americans, especially in the past, had. Hi, Josh. By the way, I haven't seen you in a while. People want everything fast and easy. Cardi is Joanne the Scammer meets rap. People love when other people who haven't fully accessed their privilege get full access to what privilege can take them. That's the come up they like to be shown. I like to see people with talent winning. I can't handle this age. The whole point of art is talent and creativity. Shaking my head. No lie, but I want to be an Instagram scammer. Bye, Monica. When I get to the end, I'm going to be done. Remember, y'all, we're in the longest it's a bop era. Yeah. Cardi is literally the definition of an industry plant. The shit is crazy. What an entire... Oh, y'all talk about the Schomburg thing? You can go look it up. I was like, this ain't it, Chief. It aggravates me having a convo with Cardi fans who excuse her lack of talent and always run to reference the charts as a marker of artistic merit. I already explained, too, how those charts could be manipulated. Please Google Clear Channel. Those of y'all that have never heard of it. Remember when Blavity Twitter were saying they were somewhere between Coretta King and Cardi B? And that's because Blavity Twitter, the Blacktivists, are into respectability politics. But they don't have to worry about Cardi B being respectable because she's not visibly black. So no matter what she does, she will be seen as respectable. Just like white people, no matter what they do, they will be seen as respectable because they are not black. No matter what Cardi B does, no matter how much she acts the fuck out, she will always be seen as respectable because she's not black. So they're able to stand Cardi. Oh, I'm somewhere between Cardi B and Coretta Scott King. Like, oh, I'm ratchet, but I'm still respectable. Because she's not black. She's not visibly black. So she could do whatever and still be respectable. And y'all know how I feel about respectability politics. Fuck your respectability politics. Seriously. I am disgusted. To Mateo. Mediocrity now is the only means to get ahead. Cardi is a built star. Yes, I agree with that. Cardi really posted professional emails without blacking out the sender's emails. SMH. She's trying to get sued. She's trying to get sued. She's trying to get sued. Seriously. Beyonce hasn't had a #1 single since 2008, since she's on the DACS train. Right, Trey, and I mentioned that earlier. I was like, people always bring up those Billboard charts, but the Billboard charts are like heavily manipulated, and it's so hard for black artists, especially black American artists, to go #1 on those charts. And I remember people always say that about Beyonce because that used to be the thing between fucking the Beehive and the Navy, Rihanna Navy. People always used to be like, well, Beyonce can't get a #1 hit, and Rihanna has like the record for #1 hits or something like that. So they always used to be like, well, because the Beehive used to be like, well, Rihanna can't sing. And the Navy used to be like, well, Beyonce can't get a '1 because Beyonce doesn't have a lot of #1s because she doesn't manipulate the charts. Now she has platinum on platinum on platinum on platinum records because her fans support her and buy the music, but charts are mostly radio play, which could be manipulated. And Beyonce doesn't manipulate the fucking charts, so she doesn't have a lot of #1 hits. Her biggest #1 hit is probably Single Ladies, which you know white people love that shit, but then white people stopped liking her when she started with the Black Power shit. I know y'all seen that skit where they were like, Beyonce's black? Cardi is a non-visibly black girl, so of course she's gonna shoot to the top of the charts. And Payola and Sympathy. Kanja and Mess. Mainlander nonsense. Me too, I was Rihanna Navy, but after Formation and seeing how white folks reacted, I had to get in Formation. I loved Formation. That's probably my favorite thing that Beyonce's ever done. And I really liked Beyonce's first 2 albums, but I really liked Formation. Somebody literally said Cardi is on a bigger level than Rihanna. I swear I can't make this up. Like I said, I also think that a lot of Cardi's fans are like young people. And again, like a lot of people that are not into rap, that are not, maybe not even into like a quote unquote American music. Like they like Cardi. So they say, well, I see that Cardi has big #1 hits now, and I see that she has a platinum record now. And I don't know my hip-hop history, my music history. I don't know anything about how the industry works or how the charts work. So I'm just going to say whatever I want because we're living in the era of alternative facts. Well, we could just say whatever, and who cares? And I'm going to just say she's bigger than Rihanna. Umbrella is going to be a hard song to top in terms of the record books. To compare Cardi to Rihanna is really an insult. I am not a Beyonce stan now. I just grew a little soft spot. Cardi really thinks she's part of some type of power couple. Beyonce is getting into her roots. Yes, Beyonce is getting into her roots and she's being ostracized for it. Every Cardi B song sounds like a low-budget version of a song a Black American already made. The hood in media is way different from the hood in real life. My people would never do a third of the things these people do. Cardi knows what she's doing. She's not as oblivious as people make her out to be. I agree. Little Mix came in to defend Nicki, and people are still making excuses for Cardi and saying they're lying. Right! Again, the CEO of Wilhelmina Models, who fucking arranged the whole Diesel fucking brand deal, was like, no, we arranged that deal for Nicki. Because Cardi was like, that deal was mine at first. And the dude was like, no, you're lying. Little Mix is like, no, we wanted Nicki on the song. And people are like, Little Mix, you're lying. Little Mix, you're lying about your own song. CEO of Wilhelmina, you're lying about your own deal. Cardi is right. Because Cardi is always right. And Cardi never lies. She is a perfect angel that can do no wrong. And we all have to wrap her up in our angel wings and protect her from you mean bullies. Because everyone is a bully trying to bully Cardi B. Like, what are we doing? It's fine for her to just be a hater sometimes. Like, it's fine. It's totally fine. Child, the infamous cookout that we hand out fucking invitations. It's wild that they allow Cardi B to do this. She could use that I'm dumb to get off scotch-free when she's not. I have a question. What work did Cardi even do to get to where she is? I just joined the chat and instantly heard she doesn't have talent. I know we're talking about Cardi now. People feel like if she doesn't need talent, they won't need it either. So it's a win-win situation. Yes, I remember that these artists are not legends video. Black people, we really do need help. No, we really do. We really do. We're bugging out. They are agents of white supremacy. The 1% of the 1% wants to promote self-destruction. I saw someone say they need to settle this once and for all and battle bar for bar. Like, what makes people think Cardi actually has bars? Right, again, that's like an alternative fact. Like, we all know, like, this is Nicki Minaj that, like, went toe-to-toe with, like, Jay-Z and Kanye West and Lil Wayne. And, like, this is someone that has proven her rap credentials repeatedly over longer than a decade. But now we're talking about some, well, Nicki and Cardi B, who just came out, need to go bar for bar to see who's better. Am I living in the motherfucking upside down? Am I in Bizarro world? Where am I? That as long as it's a bop era, laugh my ass off. Truth to whoever said that. When is Cardi gonna throw a shoe or beef with a white female? Notice how she treats white people. Cardi always treats white people like she's so happy to be around them. She really does. It's crickets from the Cardi B apologists in the chat. Guess they went off to hand out more cookout cards and black passes. I don't even think people want real talent anymore, just drama. I agree with that too. Cardi B went from from Kodak Black Flow to Meek to Black Youngsta. Lord knows who else she's about to sound like. She's gonna end up lip singing to sound like Beyonce next. Girls Like You is the #1 song in the country. That's the only reason why Cardi's acting out. Hi, Mrs. Stevens. I might have missed you, but if you're still here, I see your comment. Thank you. I'm 6 minutes behind the chat. I'm late, but I never even heard of Anderson .Paak before this. He's amazing. He should be a star. I'm glad you just heard of him. Hip-hop just seems to intensify our PTSD with this type of stuff. This whole situation is crazy. Rihanna has 14 #1s, not the record, but the Navy will get her there. Cardi is a... Wait, yes, say that. I call that palatable forms of blackness also. Cardi is a palatable hood rat to these locals. If Cardi is so hood, why don't she meet Nicki outside of the White Castle like the rest of us and settle this once and for all? Jumping bad around 100 security is lame to me. Right, I said the same thing. And somebody else was like, that's pump faking. You throwing shoes on a red carpet where it's 100 people in between y'all. You knew you weren't going to get anywhere near Nicki Minaj. That's not real. That's not authentic. If you really wanted to whoop her ass, you could find Nicki Minaj somewhere and whoop her fucking ass. Like, it's not that hard. And people don't know what the hood is really like. They think they're getting some taste of palatable hoodness, what somebody else said, through Cardi. So they're like, ooh, yeah, she's so hood. She's so real. Because y'all don't even know what the hood and what's real. Because, again, since Cardi is not a visibly black person, she could put on this whole motherfucking charade and still be respected. And people could still be like, they get in their little ratchet, you know, their little fix. She's their little gateway drug, even though she's fake as fuck. Beyonce can't get a #1 because Beyonce hasn't done radio deals. But her ticket sales are greater than in every way, especially monetarily. Beyonce just does her job and goes home. Yeah, Violet, I've seen you in this chat. Never saw you before, but I'm glad you found me today and you're suggested too. Also, Beyonce is a woman over 30. Right, so there's that. Cardi also posted her bank statements. Right, I mentioned that. I was like, Cardi argues with strangers all day and talks bad about them and bullies them. But she's not a bully. Why not? Radio play has forever been manipulated. You get tired of hearing the same shit over and over again. That's why I stay in my phone and support my artistic friends and other local artists. Dope art by black people is out there. It's not being pushed if it doesn't fit into this box. If Cardi went on tour alone, do you think she'd sell? I'm asking because I noticed that Cardi is more well received on the internet and real life is different. I don't know if Cardi could I don't know if she could headline a tour. Maybe though. Maybe. She might. I don't know. I don't know. Another reason why Rihanna has so many #1s is because up until 2012, Rihanna put out an album every single year since 2005. She sure did. She put out 7 albums in 7 years. Beyonce has 6 #1s. People are like, leave Cardi alone. Leave Cardi alone! Just leave her alone! Cardi does no... Cardi does no wrong. Cardi B fans are extremely delusional. Beyonce's visual album Lemonade was a masterpiece. And did she win much of anything? That's why I'm glad she sort of avoids the awards. You guys know I have a whole series of videos on how these award shows and these charts and shit are all racist bullshit. That's why when people be like, well, but the charts and the awards, I'd be like, that shit's all racist. I don't even want to hear it. Beyonce's on Nicki's side. She posted a picture of Nicki on her webpage as a sign of solidarity. Beyonce and Nicki are good friends in real life. I know we're not about to get into the astrology shit, so don't y'all even start. But I am gonna say that Sagittarius and Virgos get along good. Nicki made a post saying, let's keep it positive, and she would no longer discuss the nonsense anymore. And Cardi replied and said, yes, let's keep it positive and keep it pushing. I bet Cardi does want to keep it positive now. She did that whole rant. She got her card pulled. Little Mix said, bitch, you're lying. The CEO of Wilhelmina said, bitch, you're lying. They probably threatened to sue that bitch for defamation because you can't just fucking lie about people, bitch. Like, I know you're fucking hooked on social media. You think social media is the real world, but you can't just say whatever you want. They probably sent that bitch they probably LMA'd Cardi. They sent that bitch a cease and desist. Like, bitch, you better shut up or you get sued. Cardi's like, let's squash the beef. Somebody said Cardi receipts bounce like a bad check. Beyonce waited until her bag was secure before she came out as unapologetically American Black, and LeBron did the same. Too many cookout cards and black passes being handed out. I would love to see Cardi try it on Freestyle Friday. Cardi is such a Drake. Her receipts bounced. Bounce checks weak. We're constantly fooled by Black is Black and POC solidarity, but behind closed doors, these folks are white. Hood media versus hood in real life. Yes, Gary. Bernie Sanders said he was proud of Cardi because she knew who Abraham Lincoln was. That's how they see her. Like somebody else said, like a mascot. Like she they ratchet mascot. She they little pet. She they little puppet. Cardi don't care though, as long as she gets her money. Cardi is a non-black version of white is right. Cardi's such a Drake, laughed my ass off. I've never even seen Cardi argue online with a white person. Somebody should trademark that statement. Cardi is such a Drake. I'm not a Beyonce stan, but I sure got myself in formation. Hi, the once and future man. I see you. Charlamagne changed to hating Nicki overnight, and he comes at everybody for Cardi. Cardi B is treated like a newborn baby. Cardi literally stopped the girl's bag because her husband doesn't love her enough to not cheat, but who's stopping bags, though? I'm 3 minutes behind the chat. I'm catching up. Don't give a fuck about who ain't fond of me. Cardi B, Bodak Yellow. Me, laugh my ass off, lie again. She cares what everybody thinks. Also, Def Jam will release like 8 songs from the Rihanna albums as singles. Right, Tim. And you see, other people have learned, because Rihanna was the first person really to do that. That she would just like, Rihanna will put out a 15-track album, and 8 of the tracks would be released as singles to get her more number ones. And now you see like every single artist doing that type of thing. They will release every single song so they can get more number ones, because people have made it so the Billboard charts and the number ones like matter so much that like more people have adopted that. And that's also now why you see all these people breaking all these number one records left and right. Like people are breaking Aretha Franklin records and shit, people that you've never heard of, because people are just like simultaneously releasing all these records so they can like get all these number ones. They're cheating. And they pay for number ones. Cardi could headline a tour if she sang I Like It Like That over and over in Spanish and English. Her Spanish, like her Latinx fans go hard for her. That's what I was thinking. I was like, she might be able to headline a tour. Because the Latinx people that hate niggers, they love Cardi. Girl, yes, I'm a Sag and hubby is a Virgo. I'm a Sag and my best friend is a Virgo. And she loves Beyonce. She's like the Beyonce to my Nicki. Cardi's record label is on point. Atlantic. Charlamagne started the Nicki hate train, if we're being honest. Oh, I'm catching up. I'm almost to the end. When I get to the end, we'll be done. When I first heard Chun Sui, I knew my life had more meaning. Kari, your birthday September 13th? You have the exact same birthday as my best friend. I knew I liked you, Kari. Bye, Davy. All right, I got to the end. So, all 332 of you, thank you for watching. Do you guys want me to leave this live stream up or do you want me to let it go? It's up to y'all. I should probably leave it up because you guys had some really interesting, great things to say, and I think we covered some really important stuff about the industry. You guys think we should leave it up? Yes? Yeah? Okay, looks like everybody's saying yes, leave it. Okay. Kelly, leave it up. I missed some stuff. Leave it up. I caught it late. Propanats, have you been here the whole time? You never said anything. Okay, so we'll leave it up. This one's going to be long, so this one might take a while to load. But I'm glad we were able to do it. There were a lot of people watching. There were a lot of people in the chat. We had some good stuff to say. I'm not on Twitter. I was permanently banned because I called Bruno Mars a culture vulture, and his people said I was bullying him. So I was permanently banned from Twitter for bullying Bruno Mars. They banned my IP address, and they banned my phone number. And they banned my email. So I can't get back on. So no, I'm not on there. That's really the reason. You know that's why, Kari. But you could find me on Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube. So you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Tumblr. It's the same. Pretty much everywhere it's the same. But I'm just not on Twitter. I got permanently banned. Bruno. Hashtag Bruno stop my bag. Bruno stop my bag. Yes. Somebody said, let me be quiet about Cardi, and they're both Atlantic artists. Atlantic does not play about their artists. Like, they really did ban me. Like, they really did ban me. Yes, and I'm also on Snapchat. It's Seren with 4 S's. 1, 2, 3, 4. SSSS. SSSSEREN. Seren. And it's the same name as the YouTube channel on Instagram, on Tumblr. Everywhere else is all the same. All right. Twitter is on the same level as Yik Yak now, just ignorant mess. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not on there anymore. I don't miss it. Twitter's trash anyway. Yeah. Somebody was like, they ban you, but they won't ban white supremacists. You know. Damn, Twitter is tripping, right? Leave this up. Thank you everybody for watching and participating in the chat. You guys had a lot of really great comments and things to say, and this was a cool conversation. So see you guys again. Bye.